And it's live. Welcome to season 2 of Pass the Mic. This is a new look lineup. Today we have been joined by Mark, Dec, and Jenna. How are we doing, troops?
Good, mate.
All right, mate. How you doing?
Very overwhelming response. Welcome everyone, and it's great to be back. Today is the Premier Sports Cup group stage opening game. Of course, we had the 2 games last night in which Hamilton won 1-0 at Edinburgh City and Dundee United won 1-0 at Kelty Hearts. So first of all, we've got Mark, who's covering Partick Thistle against Dunfermline. Tell us a wee bit about yourself as well. Introduce yourself to the stream, mate.
Hi everyone. Well, my name's Mark. I'm 22. I'm a Celtic fan from Glasgow, and it's my first time on Pass. That maybe made to the point. And I'm on. My first time on Pass the Mic. So apologies in advance for any mistakes or anything like that. But I'm really excited to get a try and just see what's happening, and hopefully see throughout the season. So the game I've got today is Partick Thistle against Dunfermline. I'm hoping for a really good game to open up the season for both teams up at Firhill. It's obviously going to be a good way for Peter Grant to see how his new Dunfermline team is going to shape up for the coming season. We are probably a good test away at Firhill. Partick Thistle don't let you come to Firhill without giving you a very, very good game. So I'll run through the lineup for you. So starting 11 for Partick Thistle in goals, we've got Snedden with Foster, Holt, Aware and Turner. Then you've got Tiffany, Bannigan, Bell, Murray, Captain Docherty, and it looks like we'll get Graham through the middle. With substitutes Stone, Rudden, McKenna, McIver and O'Coley. And apologies to any Partick Thistle fans if I've mispronounced that name. I was hoping maybe a wee bit of Italian blood in him, not just because of the Mora, but because he just hopefully that's how you say it. So apologies in advance. And for the visitors, you start off with in goals number 29, got Denise Mehmet. You've got Aaron Cromley, Kyle McDonald, Paul Watson, and Ross Graham. With Josh Edwards, Paul Allen, your captain for the day, Dom Thomas, Kevin O'Hara with Craig Whiting and Nikolai Todorov looking as if they're shaping up to start up top. And the referee at Firhill is Bobby Madden, and your Dunfermline bench is Vitas Gasputis, Dan Peebus, Miller Fenton, Matty Todd, and Owen Fawn Williams, familiar goalkeeper on the bench as well.
Brilliant.
That's horrible.
Horrible.
I know, it's a horrible. I kept it that last name.
Right, so next up was a familiar face, Dec, who came in for the Scottish Cup final last season. How you doing, mate?
Good, man. Good to be back on. It was the greatest appearance of all time. Not really covering a great game, to be honest, but someone's got to do the kind of shite games. So,
well, you've got a mate playing today, don't you?
Aye, well, Sam Waldrop. Aye, so be good to see how. Messaged him earlier saying, obviously, no pressure. I'm watching, so it'll be interesting to see what he's like. But it should be a good game. It's good to get club football back in that, especially after, this feels like forever, like a long break, and we're in for another world one day a season in Scottish football. A country like no other, the best league and leagues in the world. So, Airdrie v Annan I'm covering, and we'll start off the Airdrie team. So it's Max Curry in goal, Sam Waldrop, Rico Katongo, Luke Lyons, Callum Fordyce, Rhys McCabe, Scott Agnew, Callum Gallagher, Dylan Easton, Jordan Allen and Craig Watson. And the visitors line up with Ryan Adamson in goal, Charlie Barnes, Charlie Birch, Owen Moxon, Matthew Douglas, Stephen Swinglehurst, Tony Wallace, Dominic Docherty, Aidan Smith, Kyle Fleming and Chris Johnson. And that is how the two of them line up.
So that's where Chris Johnson's ended up.
Aye, well, looks like it. Unless there's another one.
No. So next up is Jenna Thompson. How are you doing?
I'm not bad. So first time on Pass the Mic, buzzing to be here. And should we just get cracked right into it then for Hearts?
Aye, Aaron.
So for Hearts, we've got Craig Gordon back in goals after the Euros. We've got Michael Smith, Stephen Kingsley, John Suter, Peter Herring, Aaron McNeff, Liam Boyce, Gary Mackay-Stevens, Alex Cochrane, Craig Halkett, Josh Ginley. The starting 11 for Peterhead, we've got Lenny Wilson, Josh Mulligan, Ryan Conroy, Andrew McDonald, Daniel Strachan, Cy Ferry, Hamish Ritchie, Andrew McCarthy, Russell McLean, Lyle Cameron, and Nia Payne. Must say, Hearts are very much dominating the sub bench compared to Peterhead. Peterhead have only got Brett Long, Alan Cook, Jordan Brown, Darren Kess and Derek Lyle on the bench, whereas Hearts have Ross Stewart, Jamie Walker, Andy Halliday, Jordan Roberts back from injury, Ewan Henderson, Scott McGill, this is really faded, Mahaya Popescu, I'm so sorry if that is pronounced wrong, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Lloyd Damour, I'm Brooklyn, I'm so sorry, and Finlay Pollock. Referees are Don Robertson, Gordon Crawford and Chris Phillips.
Thank you very much, Jenna. And we'll go to the comment section, of course, for those loyal supporters of the show. Luke Hoopster, hello, and Joseph Coyle. Right, Lewis says we love Motherwell, of course.
Have to agree with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's the St Johnson manager. Is he a Rangers fan?
Carl Davidson with a Rangers badge. Good afternoon, lads. It's the first time St Johnson have actually taken part in the Premier Sports Cup group stage.
That's all right, mate. The name of that cup changes every year, so don't worry about it.
Well, it's been the Betfred Cup for the past 5 seasons.
And then you've got the other one as well, which is either the Tunnock's Caraway Wafer Cup or whatever it is.
It's the SPFL Trust Trophy,
which is quite a good name to have it. Actually, that's a better name for it. Should stay that.
Just realised that Ferry and Halliday will be playing against each other. Did you say Halliday was starting?
Halliday's bench.
He's on the bench,
On
but
the
I
bench,
mean,
right.
he always gets subbed on. So
Side puts him up there.
Interesting with that one.
Hearts team seems quite similar. That's what I'm saying for last season. Like, I don't know if they've changed a lot. They've obviously just changed the captain to Gordon, and there probably is a few signings in there, but I've not really noticed any.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the 3 games that have been called off: Dumbarton against St Mirren. St Mirren have been awarded with 3 points, I believe. Forfar Athletic have been awarded a 3-0 against Ross County, and Stranraer against Morton's been called off. Stranraer will be given the 3 points, I believe, as well. What do you think about that, Trips?
Wrong.
Well, it's one of them. It's one of them where when I heard about it the other day for the first one, I was a bit to myself. If it's only one player, obviously contacts need to isolate. But if you've got a reserve team, I mean, this is good. This would be good for development if you could put out a sort of reserve team, as opposed to basically just like calling a game. I know and I appreciate that it's sometimes is taken out of the hands of the clubs, and it's the SPFL or the SFA who intervene. But I think everybody should just come together and say, listen, let's put out a youth team, let's put out boys. It's better getting a game played, get development, than basically having no game at all. That's my opinion on it. But obviously, there's obviously something different's been discussed at boardroom level within the SPFL.
It'd be good to know what. Sorry, it'd be good to know what actual rules have been broken, though, for them to get punished. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've not said, none of them have said what's actually happened. So if it's a case of just have unfortunately picked up COVID, then I think it's unfair that they're getting punished because, like, as I was saying in the chat like the other day, this is like the COVID hotspot, and is this not like the worst place in Europe right now for COVID?
Yeah.
So it's going to somebody's going to pick it up out of all the teams. I know it's happened more, but the likes of St Mirren, they've been punished, haven't they? Or was it Dumbarton that was punished? It was one of the two.
St Mirren were punished last season
St Mirren.
Kelly for breaking COVID breaches by car sharing. That was supposedly what ended up to people getting bugsy. But then eventually got appealed anyway. So it kind of raises the question, what's the point of having these supposed punishments if they just get overturned anyway?
Who was the other? The county won it. So, like, their games are now, but like, it would probably be a more competitive game if they got to play reserves. Anyway, it wouldn't be like a total mismatch. It would probably mean that like the team that's in the lower leagues would have more of a chance to actually beat them. I know in the early rounds, the Rebels is a shock anyway, but like they should have just played the reserves, or if they're punished, then tell us why.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, we've had so much going back and forth over the course of this whole pandemic, and the fact that we're this far in and there's still uncertainties over things, it just raises more alarm bells for me.
Aye.
Yeah.
The communication's shocking for the SFA, like as always. Like.
They basically just putting out rules that contradict each other all the time as well, and they're just basically there's nobody knows exactly what they should be doing and everything, but it's pretty much like everything. Nobody really does 100% know what they definitely should. Do you know what I mean? There's some rules where people are going, oh, I'm not sure. That there's some you just don't know. You really don't know. I mean, it's just a horrible time, and it's a sign of what we've been living in, the world we've been living in, with not really just the normal world, but the footballing world that we've been living in, where basically we're just going to need to, maybe for the next 6 months still. I hope not. I hope it's only a couple of months more. Get used to games getting called off, games getting called off on the morning of games, maybe getting called off if the round of tests from the day before come back any positives. So it's horrible.
I think there should be a cut-off point where they can or can't call off games anyway, like maybe the night before. Because, for example, Motherwell were meant to be playing against St Mirren in a league game last season, and the game ended up getting called off 4 hours before kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
And that's not just an inconvenience to the team that have to just not go to the game anyway, but it's an inconvenience to the officials. It's an inconvenience to basically both clubs, who will have to basically refund the fans who bought the pay-per-view as well.
And even in the next couple of weeks, like when fans are starting to get back into grounds, fans that are travelling to the game as well. Yeah. If you're calling it off in the morning of a game, it's certainly. I'm just trying to think a logistical point of thinking about Celtic and Rangers, basically, who have got fans all over the country. Obviously, we'll need to maybe leave. The Irish fans will maybe not be able to travel over at the very start of the season for both. I'm not sure about that, but if you've got Celtic and Rangers fans coming up from up and down the country and have managed to be lucky enough to get in one of the games and the game gets called off halfway up the road, it's again as a inconvenience for fans. But what can you do? I suppose.
But, do you know what? It makes for a good day. So,
but still would I just turn back and go straight back to the pub.
Ross County, 5 hours and it gets called off. Go to the pub right outside the stadium.
It's kind of worrying though. I mean, 3 games that were meant to happen today, all called off 2 or 3 days before kickoff. Hopefully, it's not a sign of what to expect this season, but it is definitely worrying. Yeah, especially for the lower league clubs, because they've got the funding for more frequent private testing. If leagues 1 and 2 get shut down again because of COVID, that could be detrimental for them.
Well, I think like a lot of people should be vaccinated soon. So although you can still technically get it, I don't think you're as badly affected.
Dodgy with it.
Yeah. So like hopefully like players that are like, surely a lot of these boys are vaccinated now. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see what
I know that, but I don't know about any other players.
But I'd love to. It'll be interesting to see what the SFA have to say after the 9th of August when the supposed full relaxation comes into force. So it'll be interesting to see what they've got to say then, because technically then that's supposed to be the indicator of start of life with COVID kind of thing, but without having to be in complete lockdown. So I think that'll be really interesting to see what they have to say in the 9th of August after that, when that happens, which will be when the SPL obviously kicks off the week at the very end of July. Obviously, the league with the Scottish League Cup starting today, so it'll be interesting to see what happens then.
Mm-hmm. I'll read a couple of comments from the trips. Lewis says, Goggsy, what's your thoughts on Kelly signing for Motherwell? I think it's the best bit of business you'll see all transfer window.
Hey.
And,
let's see what Big Ange does first.
Also, that's the game's kicked off already.
My game's still. I don't.
My game's just kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
My game's froze.
Mark, you're also keeping an eye on the Celtic game.
Yep, the Celtic game's just about to kick off as well for any Celtic fans watching. The start lineup for Celtic is Barkas in goals with Ralston, Beaton and Taylor. Ralston, Welsh, Beaton and Taylor at the back. Cal McGregor and Sorrow sitting there too, with Karamoko Dembele, David Turnbull and Montgomery all supporting Albion Ayeti up top. And actually Charlton have stuck out, have put 2 lineups out. They've put a first half starting lineup and a second half lineup out.
We've got the same.
I can't see your second one.
I've got it, I'll find it here.
I can't see the second one at all.
I don't know if it's 330s again.
I think it might be 245s this time because they've only put 2. They've only put 2. But
the second half is Bain, Christie. This is in weird order as well. Like Bain, Christie, Mikey Johnson and Cham, Edward, that new guy, Osaze, Shaw, Murray, Henderson, Montgomery and Held. I don't even want to pronounce that guy's second name. That Osaze. Origohide or something. But that's like, it's just minutes. We need like Dizu back in the team.
That's it. Just
a happy birthday to Joseph when it comes. Thanks for
happy birthday, pal. All the best.
Happy birthday,
John Mitchell says they have the same rules as last year, but it's all wrong. They are punishing club.
Chance for Thistle. Oh, unlucky. A good ball across into the box there, and sort of a bit of a difficult finish. But I thought it would be looking to hit the target there. Just want to see the replay again, just to see exactly who it was. Here's the replay coming out.
And we have our first.
The replay is at a worse The replay is at a worse camera angle.
Livy.
Yeah, Livy have opened the scoring at Brecon. I mean,
Jesus.
Davey, Martindale season.
I like David Martindale. It's just something his personality.
You seen that clip?
Do you know something?
Seen that clip on whose podcast is it? Grado, and they're like, how many grams are in an ounce? And he was like 28.
Do you know something? Every day, I don't know. I think one of the biggest victories for football last year was him being named fit and proper. I don't think there should have ever been any question into him at all. I mean, I think that was just terrible that it was even brought into any issues were brought into him at all. I don't know what everybody else's opinion on that is. But
they took their time to do it.
I know.
They were like letting him manage while doing it.
It was the fact that
he was assistant manager for ages as well, was he not?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been there in the first place.
About it. They would have jumped right in when he first got his foot in the door at Livy instead of waiting till the bench became first team manager.
Well, see, this is the thing. See, as a coach, you need to go through all sorts of disclosure and stuff like that. So they've obviously knew about this. Like for me to be allowed to coach, I need to go through like rigorous disclosure with the SYFA and with Disclosure Scotland to make sure that I've not got if I've got a criminal record, which I don't have, thankfully. What exactly it was that I did and stuff like that. So it's really, really rigorous what you need to go through. So I'm surprised that this has took so long.
That is a weird one, honestly. I mean, I can see the consent because one of his charges was it money laundering? It was like that.
I'm not sure, Gemma, what his charges actually were.
I think he was like a drug dealer or something. He done really a lot of
and
drugs,
the Celtic passes
supposedly.
Fabulous.
What's that, Mark?
The Celtic passes froze.
Oh,
£600.
£600.
That's how much your season tickets are.
No, mine's $320 because student.
Mine's is $320, I know, but my dad's
this year.
£600.
Much as Motherwell's. I know you were obviously one of the probably model clubs in East, like do a lot of.
I mean, this season mine was technically free, but for a student, it depends on the stand.
Where's that Rangers fan from Ulster offering to buy somebody a season ticket?
That was brilliant.
I'll read out a few more comments. John Mitchell says Hearts should have played Berwick in pre-season. They ended up losing £90,000 in money they so badly needed. Must have been due to COVID.
Ooh.
I think Hearts have a lot to kind of prove.
Oh, good. Well, another chance for Thistle there. Ball flashed right across the box, and to be honest, it was a decent save from the Dunfermline keeper because he done well to get something on it, and then a poor finish as it broke back again straight into his arms. But a good start to this game, quite lively. Both teams basically are nobody looks as if they're playing for a draw anyway. Both teams coming out and having a go.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I think you were saying about Hearts, like the pressure's on them. Like a club that size should definitely be finishing in top 6 this season. That's why I'm surprised there's no really.
That was a good chance for Hearts there, but first chance they've had. Speaking of Devils,
this game has just been cagey.
No, but Hearts definitely do. I mean, I love Craig Levein for the part, but he was not the best of managers, let's be honest.
He's like Lenny too, old school man.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very good save from Mehmet there, by the way. I've just seen a replay of that, and I really think the Partick Thistleford should have done a lot better in the box here. It's broke to him probably just behind the penalty spot, and he scuffed it back into the keeper's arms. That was Tiffany the follow up that was straight at Mehmet, but it was a really, really poor finish, to be honest.
Matthew Robson, Motherwell were playing a friendly against Millwall, and we unfortunately got beat 2-0 earlier on. We don't play our first competitive match till Wednesday against Queen's Park.
Your 2 clubs, isn't it?
It's my granddad's club.
You got a half and half scarf at the ready?
No, I don't. I really don't. I've only got one half and half scarf, and that was when Motherwell played Stoya Bucharest in Europe.
Aye.
Well, see, I'm gutted I never got to the old school European days for Motherwell.
That had been great. But I never went to an away game, which is a shame.
I've never been to an away game, like at all.
Really?
What? Like,
away games are better than home games, man.
Away games are class.
100%.
Even for us, like,
is via match reporting, so I don't really say that counts as such.
Balls broke the edge of he skied it.
How many times we got to hear he skied it today?
It's just cagey, like Anne and Erdry Anne were actually bobbing the ball about nicely and then just back to their keeper and then he'll pass it to an Erdry player and then they'll do this.
Fuck. Unlucky. Good chance for David Tumble there. Great shot corner from Celtic there. Karamoko Dembele and Tumble. Lovely wee 1-2 to start the corner. Plays it to Greg Taylor. Cuts it lovely just to the edge of the box for Tumble. Probably should have hit the target for there. Still 0-0 in Newport.
I still reckon David Turnbull was one of the signings of the season last season.
Absolutely.
The boy's an absolute machine. It's so sad a lot of people didn't actually recognise his talent until he transferred to the hoops, but that's just dirty money back.
Wasted. Final ball here, like, as you would expect, probably at this level is not the greatest. Nice back play.
Tom McGee says, this season I can see 3 or 4 teams in a relegation fight. I think it'll be very tight all around the league.
I don't know, it's so hard to predict now, like. Hearts could come up and have a honking season, like, and then you've got like Dundee, like it's hard to say what they'll do. Like, don't know.
Do you know something? I'm loving how open that this Dunfermline game is. By the way, it's brilliant. Really, really open. It's great. But I think it's going to be. As we were saying, it's nice to have the other derbies, the Edinburgh derby, obviously making its return along with the Dundee derby, making its return to the top flight as well. So we're going to have a lot of really good fixture cards this year in the league. I'm really looking forward to the league starting. Oh yeah,
it's going to be great. I'm actually surprised there's still only 1 goal so far after 10 minutes in today's fixtures. Because usually in the opening stages of the season, like a lot of goals are shipped early because teams are not used to settling into fixtures yet.
Erdry pushing up a bit now, got a corner.
Lewis asks, who do you think will win the Euros? I think we've only got one answer for that.
Yes.
Viva l'Italia.
Forza Italia. Buongiorno tomorrow morning. Never mind, good morning. There's an interesting one. There's a shop not far from me and Deck in Rutherglen Main Street, and basically they sell out the Italian flags yesterday.
Brilliant.
The guy got them in. They sell it.
Superb. Love it. Graham Caldwell says...
what was he referring to with that? I seen that. Oh, Thistle.
Matt Wheat says Thistle will win the championship, and Graham Caldwell says Kilmarnock.
Doubt it. I think Kilmarnock will have too much, probably.
I think
Kilmarnock probably would have came straight back up if they're able to keep hold of Kyle Lafferty.
You obviously had a badge in them getting relegated, and I don't know if that might affect them, but like, in terms of like who they've got, like they should have too much.
The question is though, what's going to happen with Aki? The question is though, what's going to happen with Aki this season? Are they going to do a Partick Thistle go down twice, or do you think they'll kind of stay afloat?
That'd be fucking brilliant.
No, because they actually, I know this sounds weird because they got relegated in the end, but see when, like, if you watch them sometimes, like, Brian Rice was just, see the reason they probably got a big reason why they got relegated is because they play too many young folk. Like, you should have the blend, but they had, like, 17-year-olds playing and all that at, like, centre half or whatever, or, like, just playing, like, pure young boys all over the pitch, and it was just, like, just think when you do that, you're, like, bound to get hammered because they've not got the experience, but they've probably learned quickly off the back of last season, and they were actually playing. See, sometimes they'll play good stuff. Like it's not just what you'd expect, like long balls.
Like that time when they held down Rangers was not like a 0-0 or 1 each draw or something like that.
They beat Rangers 1-0. It was one not last season, but it was the season before. It was like February. Right. They beat Rangers. Matt Moyle scored, and they just like obviously it was backs against the wall, but they play some good stuff.
Mistake at the back for them, Fallon. And for Thistle, what a save, son! What a fucking save! Oh, sorry, what a save that was. I'm sorry for the. I'm all right. Sorry, but it was, mate. Honestly, what a absolute cracker of a save that was for Mehmet. By the way, Dunfermline make a mistake at the back here. Try to play out for the back, which both teams have been doing really well actually in the first 10 minutes and. Terrible pass out for the goalkeeper himself, and the ball breaks on the edge of the box to Thistle, and it's an absolute wonder save to redeem himself. Anyway, it's still 0-0 as the subsequent corner goes all the way out for Dunfermline goal kick.
I'm just glad.
Hold on, this might be an opportunity. Nah, it's went over in the car park. Never mind, I take that back.
That's how you know you're. That's how you know you're covering the League Cup out into the car park.
I'm just glad there's no Ofcom control on YouTube.
I know. Apologies about that.
No, that's fine. It's absolutely fine.
It'll be Gogsy get demonetised now.
It'll be me getting fined. So
anyone in the comments, if you got any questions or any bold predictions you want to make for the forthcoming season, feel free.
Does anyone feel comfortable enough yet to submit their predictions for the rest of the season?
No, not yet.
No chance.
Now's not the time. I always do it in the last week of running up to the start.
Ultimately, balls they get their predictions down.
Annan have got a good chance here. Free kick just near the touchline. Looks like it's going to be swung in. Shocking free kick. Oh. Do you know that way when they go to kick the ball and you think it's going towards the goal, but it's actually coming towards you, just like the TV makes you think. I thought it was like the guys miskicked it, the defender, to clear it, but no.
Another really poor kick out for the Dunfermline keeper again. That's 2 now.
Just a cagey game, man.
Still, there's only one goal so far in this afternoon's fixtures. Looking for the games to come alive.
Big chance for Celtic there as well. Corner in, and Montgomery. Montgomery had a swing at it, and it was very, very unlucky, and it broke to Stephen Welsh, and the defender just got his way in, got in the way of it.
Katongo has a pass it into the box. It's been cut across, and the defender looked to actually handball it there, but the rest played on. It's the final ball here, man. It's just like.
Scuffled it.
I'll be amazed if this Thistle Dunfermline game finishes not each. I don't think it will. This is quite open. Dunfermline are starting to get themselves into it a wee bit more as well, but Thistle are on top just now. Is there a chance in the box? They're back in the net. Good finish. Beautiful, beautiful goal there from Partick Thistle in front of their own fans for the first time, and it's try to just see it is Graham. It's a lovely finish right across the keeper. as we just see it again, but the build-up play itself, it's a good ball forward, just knocked down into the area, and he's just laced it, textbook finish, right across the goalkeeper into the opposite corners. It comes again, ball forward to the defence, lovely flick on, header down, and a beautiful textbook finish. Great start for the Jags. 15 minutes away at Firhill, 1-0.
That's Brian Graham with his first goal of the season.
Chris Kamara wannabe, man.
I know.
We just need to know who scored, mate. We don't need to...
It adds a bit of atmosphere, though, doesn't it? I mean, if people are coming to watch us, might as well entertain them.
Oh, definitely. DJ Bear 72 says, do you think any Scottish teams will get into the groups in Europe this season?
I mean, Celtic, Rangers and Aberdeen. Rangers will.
They'll get at least Europa. Like, they could get Champions League, but they'll get at least Europa League.
I think Rangers and Celtic will both get the Europa League.
I don't know if you will, man. It's tougher for us
I'd like to see Aberdeen do it.
I'd love to see Aberdeen get there as well.
We're still far too late. Like, we've virtually the same. We'll have basically got the same squad as last
hold on,
season.
this could be a chat. Never mind. Saved by the keeper.
I think
Rangers
will get in the Champions League group stage. I think they're stronger than they were last season.
But Gogsy, we've been a lot stronger before, and it's qualifying for that. See that last qualification round, it is really, really, really difficult. Especially now, some of the quality of teams that we've come up against. And listen, Rangers, if Rangers play anywhere near the way they played in the Europa League last season, then of course you'll think that they could, but it's a really, really, really difficult one to qualify. And because it's getting harder and harder to get into, with every English team and their granny basically been given qualification places now. I mean, I think that's a disgrace anyway. It actually means that finishing fourth in the Premier League or even a priority for teams now. Do you know, it's absolute. It's a disgrace. It should be back to the way it was, where when Celtic and Rangers were both getting in the Champions League, they should really be taking places off other countries. Like, to be honest, that don't really deserve to have 4 places.
You know what they're like? Europe,
for the Champions League, if you're finishing 4th, you're not a champion.
Exactly.
Your team's played well, clearly, yes, but you're not the winner of the league. You're not close to winning the league if you came in second. Champions League.
Exactly, but I don't really have a problem with second place because I don't mind that. But third, fourth, and then obviously fair play. Obviously, if the Europa League winner comes to it, if they want to push a place down, I don't actually know how they do that. If they push a place down the other country, or else if they give it to another country, see, because Man United won the Europa League, but Villarreal won the Europa League. Villarreal won the Europa League, but had their league finished, or Villarreal won the Europa League already gave them their league finish already gave them a qualification place for Europe. So I don't know how that works, if they push it down a position or if they give it to some other country. I don't actually know the way that it works.
It's hard because we've got 4 teams from Scotland in Europe, because we've got St Johnstone, I'm sure, because they qualify because the doubles, didn't they?
5
5 with Hibs as well. Aye, that's the.
They'll do nothing.
Aye, they'll not do it in Europe. I don't think at all. I agree with Declan there.
They've got some good players though that have the international experience, but I think just because you've played internationally is separate from what you're able to bring to club teams in Europe. And I think some fans kind of don't think about that. They're just like, oh, we've got plenty of good players who play in Europe. Oh, it'll be fine. Do you know what I mean?
I think Rangers could get in the group, but like, as you were saying earlier, I just think like even the teams we had before, like Rodgers, like they still perform better in Europe than that team did. Like, I mean, we had a few good results in the Champions League in that, like beat Anderlecht away. It was like a pure freak, but they had no manager at that point.
We were excellent that night. I must say, we actually played really well that night. That's one of the best I've performed. I know.
See them, like they was shite house it into the group
probably. Aye. But you might be right. But I don't know. I think it's just getting more and more difficult to qualify for the Champions League now, because the standard of team in the qualification. I mean, teams like in the past
this team were playing now, qualify. They were in the group stage last season.
Midland, I know they're a great side.
And that's you getting them in the first qualifier, and you've still got, what, 2-3 more to play?
You've got 2 more after that, and then you've got teams like Galatasaray still hanging about as this, like Slavia Prague as well, and again who are also a great side. It's just, I just think it's just unfair in all these teams. I mean, Midland, you're right, being the way that they've been in the group stages, getting made to qualify is a joke, but it should be based on your own European performances. If you've played well enough, you shouldn't need to qualify. There needs to be something done, because I think there's too many places given out to people that don't deserve it.
Yeah, of course, Midland, who drew against Liverpool last season.
Was Liverpool depleted? No.
I think they had qualified already, but still, it's a
good result.
Also, Montrose have taken the lead against Brora Rangers after 21 minutes at Lynx Park.
Oh.
It's the third goal of the afternoon, and they're starting to slowly pile
on. Thistle have just cracked the bar. Oh, unlucky. Edge of the box. Pot shot. Decent hit. Cracked it.
What's happened, Jenna?
Sorry, Gemma.
No, it's alright. That could have... Wait, hold on. We've got some great play here from Hearts. Hold on a minute. This... Oh, God, this...
Wait a minute.
We've got players down. We've got players down. I can't see who that is. Their jerseys are too far away back. Oh, this may be a head-on collision there. I'm not sure. Both players are in the box.
Both keepers in this game's distribution.
Awful, they're back up. It's so good. Don't think we need any medics on the pitch.
Also, at Central Park, it's Cowdenbeath 0, Wraith Rovers 1 in the Fife Derby. Montrose have gone 2-0 up now against Brora. Also there as well. Goals are finally starting to flow.
I know. That first 20 minutes just to get the pre-seat, just to get a feel at touch of the ball again and competitive football. Get yourself back in, and then finally the goals will start coming in. Fingers crossed. Dunfermline need to up their game here. They've not been anywhere near the Partick Thistle penalty area in the last 10 minutes. Peter's
Head's done a lot better against Hearts than what I was expecting from a lower league club, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm actually impressed. They've started to hold their own quite a bit. But
just as I've said that about Dunfermline, it comes across. It's just broke out. Oh, brilliant skill. Brilliant. Oh, unlucky. It's deflected for a corner. That was brilliant there. Brilliant for Dunfermline there. Just as I said, they've been nowhere near the penalty area. Lovely cross comes in for the left back area. It breaks out to the touchline on the far right in the right wing position, and the boys just whoever's out there, lovely 1v1 with defender, just flicks it by him, and he's tried to bend it in. It's deflected for a corner. So corner for Dunfermline, hopefully a way back into the game for them.
Also, Graham Caldwell says, I think Dundee United could struggle this season. I don't think they're in a good financial position, and they might end up selling Shankland. I think that's plausible.
That new guy as well, like, just a bit of a gamble in it. He seems obviously. I like the fact they've given him a chance. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really happen. He's obviously showed something, but first season in management, and if he loses his biggest players as well, then could be in trouble.
It's that way. Everyone needs to start somewhere in their career. But with your first management role, if it's straight into Premiership, and as you were saying, if Dundee United are facing financial struggles and they do need to sell Shankland, depending on how much they get for him, I think will determine whether the fans react well to him or not.
Margaret Milne says, what was the score for Rangers earlier on?
Last time I seen it was 1-0, but I don't know how it finished, because that was about halfway through the game.
Mark, you said something happened in the Rangers game.
One of my Rangers fans pals actually just texted me just as it come up on Twitter. Rangers lost 1-0 to Charmier.
Was it definitely 1-0 then?
Yeah, 1-0 done. End of the day, pre-season friendlies, no much to be. I would say there's obviously not much to be looked into there. So
you want to slag them off so much, though.
Aye.
What's that?
You want to slag them off so much, though.
I know. As a Celtic fan, I can't. Speaking of which, Anthony Nelson.
Oh, what's happened, Jenna?
What was that?
Go for that.
We had it, is it?
Don't know, you tell me.
Is it hit the net or what?
It hit the net, but
Just
Is it offside?
it must have been offside because we score things not updated yet.
Karamoko, goal for Celtic. Karamoko Dembele.
I was offside.
Player.
Brilliant goal there. All in from Celtic. Great play. And
I'm
it was
checking
a
Hart's
lovely
Twitter to
finish.
see what they said of that there.
He took his time there, to be fair, Karamoko, but he finished it well. Broke away in the Charlton penalty area. A couple of touches and a lovely finish. This mistake at the Charlton defence as well. Boys slipped in the middle there, but a lovely finish from him right into the corner. 1-0 Celtic in Newport.
Where's the game being played? Is it being played at Rodney Parade?
No, it's been played at Wales's training. It's been played at Wales's training centre, Dragon Park.
That's an amazing name for a football stadium, to be fair.
I know. Actually, it's quite good. But Wales use that for all their preparations for internationals. Obviously, apart from the Euros, where they were the team who actually get sent outside of Europe to play their games. although technically you could argue that the finals outside of Europe tomorrow. For that.
Yeah.
There was a game of cricket on the background in the first friendly, wasn't there?
Aye, I know. Seen a few tweets saying maybe some players could go and sign for the cricket team after it, but just as for a bit a joke. But there's actually another one going on now.
I'm just worried because this season far too light. Whole backline's going to be disjointed. How long is it going to take for them? Because you need rhythm to play well. How long is it going to take? Because we don't even know who'll start. I could not point out a starting 11 for us yet that will start. Because that new guy that came in, he's young. He seems decent, but he's not a household name. I know one.
He's not established.
To a certain extent, we're not going to get there's going to be a limit of who we can buy, but just I don't know. Right now, who's starting? Ayer's still there, so is he starting if he stays? Now, are they going to sell him again when there's 4 games being played into the season?
It's a bit I'm a bit the same because I feel like Motherwell have kept their cards very close to their chest with what they've been giving away. We've only played 2 publicly announced friendlies as well.
And they've all been closed doors, not even...
Chance for Charlton. Good save, Barker. Well,
I think you could have a good season, but the way it works for Motherwell is that they have a pure really good season, then they'll the next season they'll just go down, and then they'll come back, not go down, but they'll be down at the bottom half, and then they'll come back the next season after. So going off that, he might have a good season.
The thing is, last season, I believe that we were the most fit.
How's he missed that? Jesus, another chance for Thistle are piling on their pressure here. Wow, I don't know. Balls broke down the box, and to be honest, it's bust the net. He should have bust the net. It was a free kick from Thistle deep into the box, nodded down, and Graham plays it back, and I'm not sure that I can't see the camera angle that Furhill's disgraceful here. I can't see anything.
But it's a good ball across 6-yard box.
Should have bust the net, whoever it was. Basically, I'll go on and get that confirmed exactly who had that chance there.
Sorry, it's Parker. We don't need
Stirling have taken the lead at Cove as well. It's 1-0 there.
Get up. I wonder what. I know, we're talking further down the leagues, but see Kelty this season because
they'll be interesting.
It's a goal for Dunfermline. Dunfermline have equalised. I know, it's great. But great play from Dunfermline. I was actually kind of inside my head screaming at the telly, the computer pass, and he did. He played, and it's 1v1 with the goalkeeper, and he's finished. As soon as I see the replay, I will confirm exactly who it was that scored. But it was a good goal, or a good goal all in, and it comes from. I'm trying to see. Is that number 30? I can't see the number. The camera angle is terrible there.
See, last season as well, I thought they had a good side. Even boys coming off the bench.
It was Nikolai Todorov who got the goal.
And I think he's a good signing as well. He's a good signing for them. But I don't know. Last season, see when they started well, I was like, oh, here we go. I think they were up there for a while. And they sort of They seem like they should be doing better with the squad that they had last season. They had a few from us. They had that, was it Joe Tom? No, who am I talking about? Who's the bald guy that was playing the other day for us? He's young, but he's pure skinhead. Mark, do you remember?
I know.
His name's just escaped me. I know his name, but it's just like escaped.
I know exactly who you're talking about, mate, and his name's escaped me as well.
You don't know your own players.
I know, fairness, he's not had a first team game.
Aye. Is it a boy Gutman? No, it's not him.
No, he's not.
He's a skinhead, I know. He was last season. That's what I mean. He was there last season. He to get punted.
We've got a penalty claim here at Hearts as well.
Oh.
Mackay Stevens took 2 Peterhead players inside the box, but
Mark,
doesn't seem to think it's a pen.
Sorry, Mark, did you say we scored against Charlton? Because it's still coming up 0-0.
No, it's 1-0, Karamoko.
It's still 0-0 in Flash Go, so I don't know what's going on there.
Shows how much Flash Go give
Tina's 30-second delay in the streams, by the way. They are murder. Goal for Hearts, I haven't seen it happen yet. Hold on, that's not even a goal yet. Oh, these streams are going to be the death of me, I swear.
I
know it is.
Just you wait till someone comments a spoiler of the score as well.
Block.
Yeah,
I've got the Peterhead game in full screen mode, so I don't have to look at the chat for that reason.
There's a Partick Thistle cameraman learned how to use the zoom button. That's good. He's actually zoomed in on a player for a change.
Kieran McEnroy, that's it.
Yeah, the Peterhead players leave their names in the backs of the jerseys, so...
I know, the Thistle guy zoomed that far out, I can't even see that, and the players I'm watching either.
Try and fucking remember who's playing.
There we go, go for Hearts. I've seen it now, know what happened. Right, so...
In no particular order, he's sat on the fence.
Flash scores just updated. It's just updated there. I just come through my phone, I just got a notification.
It was Mackay Stevens, went down to the left-hand side of the box, held off his man, put it past Wilson. Bada bing, bada boom, 1-0 Hearts.
Thank you, Jenna. Graham Caldwell says, aye, so Rangers, Celtic, Hibernians, Johnson, Murrow and Aberdeen.
Wow, is that your dog, Mark?
Aye, that's the door. I actually didn't go and answer the door. I'm the only person in 2 seconds. Please don't score them, Fairmont and Pistol, please.
I think St Mirren, I don't know, I think St Mirren, they've made a lot of signings, although they've let a few go. That Jake Doyle-Hayes was good, I thought, and they've let him go to, is it Hibs? So, they've lost a few, but they've replaced them well, so, but it's hard to say with them though.
I mean, he did sign Charles Dunn. I think that's going to be a big gamble for them, because I like Charles Dunn. I think he is a good player, because he has been injury prone for the past 2 seasons now. I think off the bat, just give him the 2-year contract. It will either pay off brilliantly for them or shoot themselves in the foot. It'll go one way or the other.
Yeah, he's not going to believe this.
What?
Just wait till Mark comes back.
Have they scored?
For God's sake.
DJ Bear 72. Let me just say, Jake Hasty will not be. Wait, there it is. You're right, Mark?
Can't hear you, mate.
Oh, jeez.
He's shaking his head.
Please,
He's having a Tony Blair.
His AirPods aren't even working now either. So that's
I can hear you now, mate.
I'm talking through my computer mic.
Mate, look at the score.
It's still on each of my screen.
Oh, he's lucky.
Oh, there we go. Just went in there. How about that for timing? Good. Comes to a free kick, swung into the box, and it is a beautiful header, I must say. It was a really, really good header, and now 2-1 to Dunfermline. A small turnaround. It looks like it might have been I can't see the shirt numbers because of the horrible camera angle that I've got here. But it's just too zoomed away. But I'll figure out who it was from Twitter.
I can't even tell you a notable thing
See
that's
the
happened
camera
this game.
quality at Peterhead. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but everyone's just dull and grey. And see, because like the full stadium's like concrete walls like round it. You can barely see the ball.
Apologies, it was Aaron Comrie, and it was a heading in a Dom Thomas free kick. Good assist for him. It's some ball in.
DJ Bear 72. I must say, Jake Hasty will definitely not make the Rangers team ever.
He's never getting a game for Rangers.
He's a decent player though.
He couldn't get a game for us last season because...
And we were the club that raised him.
I know.
Good Celtic fan, I know.
Remember when he went to Rangers as well, or the hype that was around him?
It was a decent ball in the box, and Airdrie, the striker, just totally missed it. He had a header in the 6-yard box. Anywhere in target, and it was in.
I'll tell you, see this camera at Peter's Head, it reminds me of a really bad security camera.
Mm.
You know, like the stereotypical ones that move like that.
Oh,
It's the normal camera angle that the TVs use for Hull. The problem is it's just the quality coming through my screen's not great.
Aye.
Obviously it's not the 4K UHD lovely Sky Sports cameras that they use. It's a lovely cam, but nevertheless.
Well, listen, Diamond TV is perfect viewing, so
super.
That's better now. It's actually sorted at Sell It. Actually. Nothing else to report in Newport either. It's still 1-0 to Celtic.
Airdrie are probing a bit here, man, but
good ball from. So I can see Thistle maybe getting themselves back in here again as well, because it's as I said at the very start.
Oh, sorry, take over there.
No, not at all. On you go.
Oh, nice wee cross. Header caught by the goalie. Still 1-0.
Aye, as just as I said for the very first 5 minutes of this game, it's very open and it still remains that way. Dunfermline are very, very much pushing to try and get themselves further ahead, and obviously Thistle are trying themselves back in. It's actually been a really, really good game to watch this game.
I wish I could say the same, and I'm starting to get a bad feeling this might go to penalties. And that is the last thing I'm needing when we are going to.
I know. We're on time.
Oh, Airdrie in the box. Oh, good save. Cross into the box and then a knockdown. The guy was in acres of space. Keeper saved it though.
How's Wardrop played, Deck? Has he been good? Is it a good game so far?
Oh, another good choice. Good chance for Hearts there.
It's just been a quiet game.
Quiet
no
game.
one's really done anything.
Collar
swung in and no one gets an end yet, and it's out for a throw at the other end. Airdrie are starting taking a pen them in now.
Yeah.
Rangers 1872 says Rangers beating Clyde and Albion Rovers. Surely they can win the Lowland League. Well,
you'd expect that, could
yeah, it's got to be one of the two.
They're allowed to play a certain number of first team players as well, isn't it? Or has that been ruled out now because they're actually in the Lowland League?
Well,
I don't know.
It used to be three. I think. No.
It used to be 3, but see if they're playing competitively, I can't see the Lowland League allowing them to do that. If they'd a big game against that they needed to win, they would just send 3 first team players and it'd just be the difference. If you really want to do this properly, because Barcelona and Real Madrid aren't allowed to do that, and Spain they're not allowed to put you couldn't Messi's not allowed to go and play for them if they had a big game to go and sort of win. But I'm just saying that the principle's the same. Sending down a first team player to go and play against somebody. I don't think it should be allowed if it is, but I've no idea if it is or it isn't.
Just whole thing should be allowed.
Their development if it is a youth player.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
It's just so shite. Because see if Celtic and Rangers come first and second, they can only get promoted to a certain level, and then see the team that comes third.
What a save from them! What a beautiful save from the Fairmont keeper. Still in the box for Thistle here. Oh, it's just scored.
I think we should all just mute our mics and let you speak.
The ball's in the box, mate. If he should, he really, really should have busted it.
You're saying, Dick?
I forgot, mate, to be honest.
They can only get promoted to League One. That's as far as they can get promoted.
Like, so see the teams in League One. So see if they finish first and second, like the team that finishes third is going up as like champions. So like it's just going to feel weird if third place are getting promoted or winning the league. Like it's just stupid.
I think that is eventually going to happen. I think Celtic and Rangers Colts are eventually going to win League One.
You never know though. Like
never know. You do
not play these teams in what's it called now? Like Premier Sports Cup.
No,
the other cup, the SPFL Trust Cup.
Oh, is that what they've changed it to? Is this? My head's out of the place, man. That's still hard one. Still my system.
Question for Deck: how are Airdrie getting on?
They're starting to. They've got a free kick right in the edge of the box, and it looks like opportunity to take the lead.
It's a goal for Celtic.
He's hit the wall, but it's fell to Wardrop and just on the edge of the 6-yard box, and he's hit it into the keeper. So still 0-0, but Airdrie are starting to get on top.
Tony Ralston cross for an Albion Ayeti header. 40 minutes away, Newport 2-0 Celtic.
Laughed at Neymar's face, club legend.
It's actually some ball in. He's put a great ball in there. Good header as well. Textbook right into the ground. Keeper no chance. And Celtic have actually played quite well this half, which is good. That again, pre-season friendlies, you can see everything. It's good to get legs into the players, as you know. But yeah, it was a good goal nonetheless.
I know we don't want to get carried away with pre-season friendlies, and like obviously go 1-0 down, win that 3 minutes in, you're thinking like fuck's sake. But like, see, to be honest, like I'm taking it as I'm taking everything else a positive, because like see the way we were playing. Like constantly building from the back, like passages of play, like we're literally playing. We got to a point of the game where we're playing it right through them, and they couldn't get a touch of the ball.
Is that in? Is that in? Oh, it's a goal for Dunfermline. 3-1.
Is that 3-1? Jeez,
3-1.
Somebody's had Partick Thistle to win the league. 3-1
basically, ball get flashed across the box, and the reason for the stutter was because there was a Partick Thistle player covering in the line, and he was behind the line when the initial shot came in. It's a great ball across from Josh Edwards, and I'm just trying to see from the camera angle exactly who it was that struck it, but nonetheless, it was a great goal from Dunfermline, and Peter Grant is going to be absolutely delighted with this start.
Pistol beat.
That is one way kind of assure fans and keep them confident for the rest of the season if you do well in these friendlies and in the group stages of this.
See the old firm clubs, like the minute something goes wrong, like friendly or not, like they'll jump on you.
See the thing about it is,
I know we said that before, like.
See the thing about it is, mate, see the way that we've just been keeping a wee eye on our game and we'll watch the 2 games one time. See the way we've been playing excellent today. The attacking football, as he did promise, has been brilliant. It's just been wave after wave of us breaking forward. We've been really good that way. The attacking football has been excellent. Few new corner routines as well.
What you
saying? Got fans in yours?
No, it's just it's
like a training complex.
Aye.
But cricket pitch right now. I think like the fact that we're trying to play this way again, like building from the back, like, and we're constantly doing it. Like there was not a time where like we were doing anything else. It was just that the full game. It just looks like the players are needing to get used to off the ball situations, like pressing. Because it's obviously he wants to play an intense kind of pressing style, and we're just don't know. Now you can tell they're just getting used to that, but. In terms of on the ball, like we looked decent, especially with the young lads coming in.
Ayeti looks a lot better today as well. But be surrounded with more of his first team sort of more known faces. He's been a lot better. The hold up play has been quite good and stuff and like that as well. I missed this at the time, but I've sort of texted off my pal what a pass from Beaton. So must have played a good ball through, but never led to it. So I would have noticed the goal, but. It was a wee while ago in the game, but I'm really impressed with Joe. I'm impressed with Montgomery, Declan. See, Adam Montgomery, he's been brilliant so far as well. He's a player, by the way. Excellent.
Just seems so lightweight, doesn't he? Like,
he does. Some pace about him.
Save there in the Hearts game.
Oh, Jenna, tell us all about it.
Oh, shit. The stream's buffering now.
Oh no.
Love that.
Ugh.
Half time at
Start
Firhill.
And this stream's gobbed. Stream's gobbed.
Hit that refresh.
Yeah, I'm on Peterhead. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. With the black screen of death. Come on.
Got to say, but see that that Rico Katongo that plays left back for Airdrie is a decent. Seems like he should be playing at a higher level than Airdrie, to be fair.
I'm pretty sure he was at Queen's Park last season.
Championship at least. Eh?
I'm sure he was at Queen's Park last season.
No, that was his brother Jai.
Oh, Jai, sorry.
Aye.
Yeah.
Rico was at Dumbarton with Wardrop. The two of them get signed to Airdrie, and then I'm sure another few get signed to Airdrie. Just stealing Dumbarton players.
Peterhead stream's gone, so next few updates, if there's extra time with that, I've got tweet notifications on for Hearts. I'll tell you.
Where even is Peterhead? Is that not just a fantasy place? Is anybody actually been?
I've been.
I've never been to Peterhead.
There we go, guys. Half time at Hearts, 1-0. Confirmed.
Perfect.
We're just Partick Thistle TV are just depressing their fans even more by showing the goals back again for the film. I wonder if MD will leave early. I've never been not into football after so long. I can see a few people out the door at half time, 3-1 down. Come back out, there's nobody left.
So I'll just run through the halftime scores that are Airdrie 0, Annan Athletic 0, Albion Rovers 0, Ayr United 0, Brecon City 0, Livingston 1 with the earliest goal of the day happening in the first minute and nothing happening afterwards. Coby Rangers 0, Stirling 1, Cowdenbeath 0, Wraith Rovers 1 with a Louis Vaughan goal there.
Half-time in this game. No.
Dumbarton St Mirren was called off earlier. East Kilbride are holding Kilmarnock 0-0, as are Elgin with Arbroath. Forfar Athletic game is been awarded to Forfar against Ross County. Montrose are 2-up against Brewer Rangers. Dunfermline 3-1 up at Partick Thistle. Hearts 1-0 up at Peterhead. And Queen of the South are drawing 0-0 with Queen's Park.
And beautiful timing, Gogsy, as the half-time whistle has just went, and Newport as well, 2-0 Celtic at half-time. For confirmation, Kyle McDonald scored that third goal for Dunfermline. As basically it was tried to be the great effort for the Thistle defender. I've seen it again here. He's tried to clear it off. So covered his keeper so well. It's just unfortunate that he just couldn't prevent it from crossing the line. And yeah, it was good, but it's actually been a really good game, as I said, and hopefully more goals in the second half. Hopefully that's not done.
I'm half asleep.
Hopefully that's not the goal scoring done.
Graham Colville says,
my laptop charger, guys. I'll be 2 minutes because despite being at 100%, not even 20 minutes ago, I'm now at 37%. I'll be 2 minutes, guys.
So Graham Colwell says the benchmark for Celtic will be the European game. It will be interesting to see how they compete against a competent European side. Here's a question from me to you as Celtic fans. Of course, in the past, you have perhaps started in a round earlier when you've played against a weaker oppositions such as Calju or KR Reykjavik. Would you rather start a round earlier and play against a team of that stature, just to get sort of the feel of it? Or would you rather start going into the deep end against Midtjylland?
Well, it's different, like the layout now, because before the second and third game were still against teams that weren't as hard as Midtjylland, I'd say. Mm-hmm. This is the first year in a while that I remember probably over 10 years ago now, that we were playing like Arsenal and all that in the qualifiers, and it was kind of tough. It's back to like that now, whereas before you were playing, it was to be honest, it was winnable games that we should have been winning. Yeah. And like AEK was like the hardest kind of side we got that year, mind, and then knocked us out at the final hurdle. It's like now you're actually getting hit with that or harder in like the first.
The first and the second round.
To be honest, like he says it's the benchmark, which obviously the first competitive game is the first one everyone's going to judge. But I personally do not expect us to do it in that game, and I will not be getting on his back. And I don't think any Celtic fans should be doing it either.
No, I agree with you. I'm not going to jump down his throat if we go out and we get put out in that round, because at the end of the day, the guy's been in the door. He's only in the door. He's basically obviously getting flung at deep end, and I know that's the way it is as a Celtic manager. You need to start strong. You're in at the deep end right away, but the players are still getting used to it. It's a process. I always go back to what Roy Keane talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on Sky Sports News when he said, Sky Sports coverage of the Premier League, saying give the man time. I'm a big believer in giving managers time as well. Give them time to get to develop and do it as well. Because Rangers could have easily sacked Gerrard after the first. After his tries at trying to win the league as well, so they gave him time and they got the result.
It's not like what
they got they're looking for.
It's not a defeatist attitude either.
I'm not.
Like, we're just being realistic. Like, both of us don't. Like, we're not going to say, like it's fine. Like, it's obviously not. We'll see when it comes. We'll be raging probably. We'll critique the performance, but see the now, like I think like there's such a big transitional phase, and it's not even on the park. It's off the park. Like, you've got that sports science guy that went to Leipzig. Like, that might not look like a big deal to the supporters, but obviously it is in a sense. Where like he's getting players like that are getting let go, like probably not at his own disposal. Like, I'm not saying they're the greatest players, but Bayo, Henry, like they're just getting. Like, he even said in an interview, like it's not up to him, which in my opinion it should be, because he should be watching them and it should be making the final decision. But he's only come out and said that the club deal with that, like. So, and it's just like there's too much going on, and like there's boys coming, there's rumours to be coming in. We don't know who's going to start. No one can I bet you like see if you're a Rangers fan right now, you could probably write down who'll be starting that first game of the league, where you can't do that with us. Like, I just think like nobody knows what's going. It's just the most unpredictable thing. Like, I'm not getting my hopes up too much. Like, no,
me neither. And we like that because we obviously, as you say, during the game. And after the game, if things do go wrong, we're going to be raging on the night. You're going to go in with your game head. But if you step back and you actually put your realistic thinking on, like you realistically think about it, like we're doing just now, and probably what we'll do in the post-mortem after the game, win, lose or draw, you always have to think about the game. I think that basically you're right. There's no point in jumping down the manager's throat. And to be honest, we go week in, week out anyway, Declan, so we know, and that's why. And it's sort of we can. That's just the way it is. But you've got some people in that will jump just on Twitter, jumping down his throat right away, and out. Who I don't want to sound bad to you, who probably have never stepped inside Parkhead in their life. So, that's the way it is. Realistic Celtic fans will know that there's no point in getting on the manager's back if I have a poor result in Europe. Better managers than him have had worse results in Europe. Brendan Rodgers.
Like, look at his first game in Europe when we got beat off post, man. You know what I mean?
Fucking Lincoln fucking Red Ants. 1-0.
I don't know. It's going to be tough. Like, I just don't expect us to get in the group stage of Champions League. If we get in the group stage of Champions League with that squad, it'll be a miracle.
You've took the words out of my mouth, mate. Exactly, that would be a miracle.
That's how hard a task it is. Like people go on as if maybe, but I just don't think there's a chance. and knowing our luck, Nicola Sturgeon will ground every flight to whatever country we end up getting drawn to.
You don't expect that.
Good old Nicky.
Right, so I'm going to ask you about what's happened so far in the first half as a quick recap for those who are just jumping in right now. Hello, everyone. We've got 15 people watching live. Mark, how is the game at Firhill panning out for you?
It's been a really good first half, mate. We're a 4-goal thriller in the first half. So basically, to start off, Brian Graham got us off to a fantastic start after 16 minutes with a lovely goal for Partick Thistle, and then Dunfermline just turned it on. The Pars just turned the switch, and Nikolai Todorov got the equaliser in the half hour mark before 5 minutes later Aaron Comrie headed in a beautiful delivery from Dom Thomas, and to just finish off a really, really good half of football for Dunfermline in 43 minutes, Kyle McDonald slotted away a very, very well worked goal despite the the best efforts from the Partick Thistle defender to clear it off the line. But a very, very open game so far, Gogsy, and I've really, really enjoyed covering it, and I'm hoping for the same in the second half.
Dick, something completely different with Airdrie against Annan. Tell us about it.
I'm half asleep. I think that says it all. Nothing really notable's happened. Probably what you'd expect at a game at this kind of level. Final ball, good few passages of play for both sides actually, and then the final balls are just been a letdown for both of them. I think Airdrie have grown into the game though. Just kind of towards the half hour mark and towards half time they were growing, had a couple of corners and free kicks that they've wasted, but it's looking like a 0-0, and I would not be surprised if it finished 0-0.
And it goes to penalties.
I hope not, but we'll need to just deal with it.
And tell us about Peterhead 0, Hearts 1.
Hearts have been the most dominant team, kind of expected. No offence to Peterhead, but they're the lower club. I must say, Peterhead have not taken it lying down. They've been in trying to push Hearts. They've been fighting back. They've just been unfortunate not to create as much chances and find the back of the net. I'm hoping the next half we can maybe see this go to 2-1 or even 1 each potentially.
Fantastic, thank you. Ewan Star says hello, Gogsy. Good to see you back and good to see some new faces on the stream.
Oh, Ewan.
How are you doing?
Rangers 1872 wonders how many games Nathan Patterson will play next season with Tavernier being back as well.
That's something I've been thinking about. Because that'll impact the national team as well, if you think about it.
If Tav's fit, he's not playing.
Yeah.
Tavernier's obviously the Rangers
Let's
captain.
say he's playing like a 5 at the back with like 2 wing backs.
Yeah.
It's one of them at like right centre half, like the way Scotland do with
Scotland did.
Do you not think Tavernier might do well in right mid?
He could do. A lot of people say
he could do that. But then the options that Rangers have got, the options that Rangers have got is really, really begs the question. They don't really need to do that. Do you know? I know it's a thing you could try. Plus, again, Tavernier's an established right back, and it is a real. Nathan Patterson is a very, very good player. One of my pals who stays next to me, Jamie plays for Caledonian Braves. He's put through Rangers Academy alongside Billy Gilmore and Nathan Patterson, and he said the both of them were obvious at that level were good players. So, and I think, to be honest, that Nathan Patterson was unlucky not to see more game time at the Euros. I certainly think I would have played him in the games at Hampden. I do think playing O'Donnell at Wembley was the right decision because of the defensive, which is because we're just going to sit in all the time. But I do think Nathan Patterson should have seen more game time at Hampden for the Euros. I think he should have seen more game time.
I said that to you in the last stream. Like I said that to you in the cup final stream, we were talking about it, Gogsy, and you were like, "Nah, O'Donnell."
I'm going to put this one out here just to kind of see what you guys and maybe people in the comments think, right? Steve O'Donnell's been called up for Scotland quite a good amount of times now, right? What do you think his future will be with Nathan Patterson if he's not getting games? If Tavernier's fit, do you think that will change and O'Donnell will still get dropped for Patterson like a lot of people are thinking will happen, or do you think O'Donnell
as long as Clark's there? As long as Clark's there, O'Donnell will play.
I think that's definitely spot on, but it's a good point as well, Jim. But the thing about it is, it's all about the argument about anyway. Like if Nathan Patterson sees less game time anyway, it actually gives Clark an easier excuse to not play him. If he's not getting a game for Rangers, he's not getting any game time at all. So that gives him an easier excuse to not play him.
The problem Patterson, though, the way Scotland play, though, it's like different strings. Like for example. If one fullback goes forward, the other stays back and joins as a 4.
A 4, aye.
But they should. They both need to be attacking. Like if we're playing that system. Like the thing is, like I think it's easy for you. Like for obviously Mark, you said that you'd play O'Donnell at Wembley. Like it's easy to say that now because he had a good game. But see beforehand the tournament, I'd have played Patterson all 3 games. Like I said to you before as well. Like he's played. People say he's not played a lot of games, but I think he's had 15. So it's still enough.
To be fair, is that not more than Billy Gilmore though?
Aye, he still had enough games, and people are saying Gilmore should start obviously as well. So
The way I
if they're
see
going-
it is if you've been called up to the Scotland squad, you've clearly had enough games and you're clearly match fit and able enough to play for Scotland, so why not start in at least some capacity, even if you get subbed on? I don't get the argument that people
he's
don't
played in
deserve to be
bigger.
there.
He's played in like a higher magnitude of games than O'Donnell has. He's played in Europe. He scored in Europe. He put in a man of match performance.
So Stephen O'Donnell. Stephen O'Donnell scored it against Glentoran.
Yeah, but come on.
It's still a European goal.
I also did say, but before in between the England and in between the Czech game and the England game, I was raging, and my raging head said drop O'Donnell just now. I also did say, but that to well, obviously my pals, I did say I would understand why O'Donnell would play for the reason that I gave, because we're going to sit in and set pieces and etc. as well. I just thought obviously we get dominated at Wembley. Especially in the second half. Although O'Donnell, funnily enough, had one of the best chances of the game for us. He should probably have scored. It was a good save for Pickford as well, to be fair. Pickford actually discovering he's not got dinosaur arms anymore. But basically, I just thought it was the right decision that way. But I said after the England game that I still would play Patterson against Croatia because how attacking, and because basically we had to win because Patterson's very attacking. But you knew as soon as Stephen O'Donnell had a stormer of a game done at Wembley, he was basically going to be the first name in that team sheet.
Oh, without a doubt. To be fair, after the Wembley game, it was earned.
I'd have had Sean Rooney instead of O'Donnell. Based on that season,
if I speak, I'm in trouble. And the wise words of Jose.
Based on that season, tell me that O'Donnell was better than Rooney.
Right, we're back underweight for Hull.
Yep. Just what's about to get heated.
Sean Rooney bombs forward as a fullback. He plays like a modern day fullback. Folk just think that he doesn't because he's big, but he used to play up front
the cup final wonder as well.
And two of them.
Now, guys, let's hope.
That's what I'm saying. I know the cup final wonder, but both of them I know.
But else this might just be Twitter updates and live score updates.
Oh, here's the cracker of a game back on. Great.
I can confirm no changes have been made at half time for Hearts or Peterhead, so still the same starting 11.
Do you know who played well against us the other day in that pre-season friendly with Sheffield Wednesday? Liam Palmer.
I know. I was thinking that.
He's a worse fullback I've seen in that Scotland shot anyway when he played for us.
That Kazakhstan performance was an absolute disgrace. No changes for any team for either team for the second half here at Hull either. So back underway with the same starting 11s as we get Thistle on the attack. Claim faint handball. Claim it's never handball in a billion years. Behave.
Kilmarnock have opened the scoring at East Kilbride.
Yes. Shit, EK.
Why did you hate EK?
I don't know.
And Peterhead streams back up and running. Here we go.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Gemma? Just
we'll find out at the end of the game.
As I communicated before the game, wholesale changes for both Celtic and Charlton. New lineups on the pitch with Bain in goals, a debut. Love a debut, and I'm going to attempt the pronunciation of the second name because we're going to get used to it. So we'll call him or Hoghead. There we go, or a Hoggaday, something like that. Bain or a Hoggaday. Murray, Leo Held, by the way, of whom, by the way, I was very, very, very impressed with. The couple of times that I've actually got to see him, I really like him. Montgomery and Cham, Shaw, Johnston, Henderson, Christie, and Hodgson Edward up top for Celtic to start to play that second half. So again, good more legs for everybody, and I was quite impressed with Shaw the other day as well. Quite a big boy, a few nice turns as well about him.
Good. But see these boys, though, I always question it. I know there's a certain level, as I said before, who we can sign, but you look at them boys and you're like, you got relegated with Sheffield Wednesday. Are you that good? Are you good enough? You obviously and that's just my thing. I just don't know. It's so hard to tell. And I know that what makes me like sympathise with that kind of argument is the fact that we've had boys like Hooper and that before coming for Scunthorpe. And like you wouldn't think he'll come in like and do what he did. He kind of impressed in Europe. So that's why I cut him some slack. But it's always so hard for me to get used to like new signings because I'm like always questioning whether they're good enough. And by the way, our recruitment policy is absolutely honking. There's about one good player out of 15 that we sign. So,
Same.
We've signed a few duds the last few years, haven't we, mate?
Just in regards to Rangers 1872's comment, who's Celtic's left wing? I think it was Mikey Johnson today, wasn't it?
No, it was Montgomery in the first half.
I was
It's
going to say,
Johnston now, but
Johnston now, Johnston now, mate. Montgomery's still on the park actually.
What were you saying, Jenna?
He's went.
I thought Mikey Johnston left Celtic. I'm actually quite surprised there.
He's quite annoying as a player. Like I think he's got so much to offer, but it just seems like he gets hampered with injuries now and then. And
I know.
It's like,
he is injury prone, isn't he?
He's one of the players. Like he's a pure like see the wingers that are like they've got talent, but they just keep getting injured.
Yeah.
Like I think like a lot of the youth actually probably do deserve a chance now. Like when like see because it's such a big transitional phase. Like when else are they going to really get a chance? Like especially that Hill boy that played for like the under 21s, is it with Norway, or is it the under 23s? He's played in the Norway. He's played internationally with Norway, just not the first team. And he's rated obviously highly. Like folk like that, I'd like to see like if we sign this new boy Starfelt, and then you've got Julian. If you had Hjeld, and then Urgahide, or if he is, I think he's a right back / centre back. So it depends where you play him.
He's in it right back now.
So that's what he'll probably be playing
it's
there.
Like,
another one, Karamoko. Like when are you going to give him a chance? Like to have someone like that in your book and not give him a chance, that would annoy me.
It was good again. The day the bits that I've seen, he was good.
He's so small, but he's just so good.
Jenna,
It'd be like Grealish in the SPFL.
Jenna, you said something?
Yep, almost a second for Hearts there. McNeef swung a free kick next to Boys. Boys headed it, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too wide. Didn't meet the back of the net, but that's a good start for Hearts in the first 5 minutes since the second half kicked off.
Just in regards to the Grealish comment there, he's like Grealish in terms of he'd probably be the most fouled player in the league, not like for like Grealish. Or someone takes it out of context. I was fighting that there to myself. I was like, I don't think I know Declan well. He's definitely not just compared to me, but I know what you mean. The most foul player in the league. You're probably right. He'd be good. Free kicks. David Turnbull on the end of them, like.
But just on the Rangers 1872's point about Montgomery. Montgomery was very, very good in the first half. I really, really impressed with him. Very, very. Very willing to run at players.
The box, header. Oh, what a save! Just evaded the defender, and the boy had a chance to head it right in from about 5 yards out, and the keeper's got a foot on it.
That's the most animated I've seen you all stream.
I know. That's the best chance of the game.
Something's happened.
That is a sitter, by the way. That is an absolute sitter.
Oh. She knows.
One of the ones with the defender goes to head it, totally misses it, and he must have thought like the defender was going to win it. And
Good chance for Hearts here.
On you go, Jenna.
Smith went down the right, cut it past the defenders, nearly went it in, but that was over the bar from the 20-yard line.
Rangers 82 getting blocked for trying to spoil.
Yeah.
4-1 to the Pars at Fairmont. I was caught out by the stream refresh bug there. I just saw the ball ending up the back of the net. Actually, looks as if he chipped the keeper. I'm going to Doug Fleming's Twitter for the whole thing. This is the obvious disadvantage of not being actually at a game. But it was Nikolai Tordov again with the goal after 53 minutes, and it looks as if this game is done.
Tordov, that was a good signing off Inverness, wasn't it?
That was.
Oh, there's another one, but at least we're not covering that game, so we can update it. But
also, it is 1-0 to Queen's Park at Queen of the South. Every game that they've played together has resulted in an away team result since 2000.
Wow,
So,
what a stat.
there you go. There's a stat of the day.
Have you been waiting for that one, mate?
I've been waiting to pull like that, and I'm so glad Queen's Park have taken the lead.
I was right. Todorov Messi chipped the keeper through 1-on-1.
Oh wow!
As just I thought that I just saw the way the keeper was kind of sat down. It was as if he'd just been chipped, and it was right. Twitter's just confirmed that for me. So the stream bug only kind of half got me. It actually done me out of seeing the goal properly. I'll try and see it. I will see it after the game again. But out of interest, what game did Rangers 1872 try and spoil? Would it be any chance in the second game? Considering
Your game.
My game. I was going to say.
He's trying to steal your limelight.
That would have been very difficult.
I know. Someone said about the championship predictions. What are we giving a top 3 and a bottom 2?
Oh,
The
should we
championship.
commit to anything yet?
I'm gonna.
Really don't want to.
I'm going to be bold. I'm going to
go bold.
Come bite me, but I can just tell this is going to get Screen Record going to get sent at the end of the season.
I know exactly. I don't get paid.
I'm going to say.
You join that fence up your ass, Mark. you spit who's finishing the top 3. I want to hear it.
Not a chance.
I'm going to go for.
I'm going to make a prediction, right?
On you go.
I'm not going to say definitive places just in case I'm wrong, but I'll just say top 3 and bottom. Is it bottom 2 they asked for or bottom 3?
No, well, I just said that because he was asking for
right, I
predictions.
thought it was in the comment. Right. I'm going to go with top 3. I'm going to say Kelly. I think they might just pull a Hearts and go straight back up. See, Thistle's just been promoted to the Championship again, haven't they?
Yeah.
Aye. I'm going to
say top 3 for them as well. I think they'll pull out the back.
Ooh.
Right.
I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be bold this one.
Right.
And then, who else in the Championship? I used to know this from the top of my head from not Old Firm.
You get Ayr, Arbroath, Dunfermline, Morton, Hamilton, Inverness.
I'm going to say Morton and Hamilton. And maybe.
Tuna Sterling.
I'll leave it at the bottom 2 for now. I'll say Hamilton and Morton will be the relegation candidates.
You think that's another bubble down?
Potentially.
That's another good chance for Annan there. Just
that is good, by the way.
Ball right into the box and he skied over the bar.
Watch angry Hamlin Aki's fans come up at the end of the season when they end up getting promoted again or something, isn't it?
They're coming alive now, Declan.
A wee bit. Annan have just had that chance.
Free kick.
Over all defenders' heads, and it was kind of on the volley, and he's just put it over the bar for about 7 yards out.
I don't like slating Edward because I'm not a striker myself, but I have no idea what that was there. It was fizzed across from Henderson, and if he goes with his left foot, he scores, and he's trying to go with his right.
That's another thing, right? See him and Aya, like if Christie does want to leave, why are they playing? Why are we giving them minutes? Like if they want to leave, they obviously want to. Like just let them go now and don't play them.
You could say they're letting them get the minutes in to show potential.
But it's not going to change
what they're capable of.
And it's not going to change.
It won't really change the players' views if they want to leave or not, though. So there is that. But it could be like a business standpoint where they're thinking, well, if we show them what they're doing now, if we don't play them,
teams already know what they're about.
To get rid of them.
I know. And Cham's playing as well. So another supposed
teams aren't going to judge them off pre-season games. Like they already know what they're about.
That is true, but it helps kind of cement what they're going to be like when they do eventually get them. So if a buyer comes in, say a team comes in next week for Edward or that, they're going to be looking at facing games like, right, how is he playing? How's his pre-season? When is he fit? Is he?
He's only going to play 45 minutes in a pre-season friendly. He only played half an hour the other day and all. Nobody's going to base Edward off a pre-season friendly. They're going to look at having in the league.
He's only got a year left.
But it will help them kind of gauge what type of player he is.
Christie's only got I'm sure I've seen something like Christie's contract maybe up in January or something.
Good afternoon to Jamie Ramage, who's at Central Park. Of course, Jamie was on the show last season. Cowden Beef against Wraith Rovers.
I think. Airdrive got a chance edge of the box. Shot, no, it's hit off the defender and went wide.
I am going to go. I'm going to take the fence out of my arse.
About time. Come on.
And I will.
We're going to get cancelled for our opinions. You might as well join the party.
I'll keep getting caned like everybody else. Right. I am going to be bold here, and I'm going to predict Dunfermline to win the championship.
2-0 Hearts. Liam boys.
2-0 Hearts.
2-0 Hearts.
Dunfermline to win the league.
The keeper deflected that.
He's watched one Dunfermline game and he's taken them to get into the top flight.
Dunfermline to go up. Kilmarnock to win the championship with Dunfermline and I'm going to go for Dunfermline and Inverness to finish second and third. Bottom two are fine.
Bottom two will be Morton and Queen of the South. I'll go.
Probably Morton and Queen of the South look the worst. Look the two. But you never know. You always get a surprise.
Kelly, you're 2-0 up at East Kilbride.
Are you giving us a prediction, Gogsy? Or you got?
I'll give a prediction.
Right, so the majority of us have went Kilmarnock to win the league.
I'm going to go Hamilton. Hamilton second.
Who's second and third, Declan, for you? So Kilmarnock league for me. Who's got to win the league, Declan? We'll do it this way.
Yeah.
I think
Kelly, Gemma.
I'm going for Kelly to win it.
Gogsy.
I've got Kelly to win it as well, with Partick Thistle to finish second.
That was my answer as well. Kelly, Thistle, maybe Inverness, maybe.
Kelly, Hamilton, Thistle.
I'm saying that as Partick Thistle are 4-1 down, but I think Partick Thistle will do it.
It's one game, isn't it? It's one game.
Yeah.
No, I've taken that back now, Thistle. I don't know. I think Kelly will win it. It's hard to say that you're 2, 3.
I think Thistle will be mid-table, to be honest.
I think second to fourth in no particular order will be I've said Partick Thistle to finish second. Hamilton, Accies in third or fourth with Dunfermline.
I think Hamilton.
I think the top four. I don't know where we're doing the forum. I think Accies will definitely be in the top four. Dunfermline will definitely be in the top four, and I'm going to go for Inverness as well.
Depends what Accies do. Like, Accies have still got that O'Doffin. I know he's linked with Hibs, but see if they keep a hold of him.
He's linked with us as well.
He's decent. Would they break the divide?
I was about to say that.
Most hated man in Lanarkshire.
Is he going to be the Alfie Con of Lanarkshire?
2-0.
Also, guys, I've got a quick update as well in the Hearts game. If anyone's interested, just a small one. We've got a double substitution for Hearts. Walker and Pollock are on, and Gillick and McNeef are off.
Thank you. So that's Jason Naismith doubling the score for Kilmarnock as well.
Somebody said I think the well could go down. I don't think.
Yeah, I completely ignored that comment.
Blocked. I think it could.
He seems like a Motherwell.
He's a Motherwell, to be honest.
I don't want to say anything yet because I've not seen us play.
I know it's hard.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Gogsy, right?
Yeah.
I will let you know what happens on Saturday when I'm up for Not the Old Firm.
A lot of people are tipping Inverness to finish up at the top of the table, but they lost that striker to Dunfermline.
Have we all agreed on Morton and Queen of the South finishing the two bottom ones in the championship?
Probably, aye.
I can definitely see Morton.
I don't.
Morton are always there or thereabouts.
I think Accies will be kind of like skimming the rim of the bottom. So they might not be bottom two, they might be like bottom three.
I need to disagree with that, Jay. I think Accies are going to be closer to the top of the league, to be honest.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't know.
It's the football they play. They'll be able to play at a better level in the championship. They try and get it down.
Potentially. I think they'll finish with like 6th, 7th, if that. If they're lucky.
No, I think they'll be higher. They'll definitely be in the top 4.
All right.
Did a brave man predict that one?
What a ball, in.
1997.
Go for Partick Thistle.
4-2.
What a ball in and what a header as well. I'm not winding his.
See if this turns into 6-6 Partick Thistle.
Oh, I know. What a game that was for you.
Interesting to see how Rafe do this season, see because they lost Henry.
Zach Rudden. Beautiful header, by the way.
Like, that was a big loss. Henry.
Oh. For context, for anybody wondering about the Celtic game, Celtic had a lot of the ball, and Edward probably should have scored again inside the box. His effort was blocked. Mikey Johnston's there now. Had it. No good chance.
Graham Caldwell says the first managerial casualty in the championship will be David Hopkins.
Could be,
aye.
Could be fucking any of them.
I know
the last one will be Dick, because they will just never get rid of him.
No, Dick Campbell's
he's untouchable.
He is untouchable.
It'll be interesting to see how they do, if they can go again, but because they were bad last season. Then they picked it up a bit.
Aye. I'm going a solid mid-table for them, I think.
That's bold.
Hate to interrupt, guys, but another update for the Hearts game. Substitution. Strachan is replaced by Brown.
You're getting excited there. I thought I'd gone for more goals.
No, I wish. There's still time. I mean, only 63 minutes and a lot could happen. I did say it'd probably be about 2-1, so.
Interesting one for us. Declan, Scott Bain captain, this second team.
Sorry guys, I've kind of got a quick emergency phone call coming in. I'll stay in the stream, but I will be muting my mic.
Okay, no problem.
Scott Bain captain for the second team. Cal McGregor was captain for the first half team. So
Scott Bain. Bet you think the song is about you.
That's actually been some game. I'm really enjoying this game.
Never fucking watching it again.
I was right when I said after 5 minutes. It just looked like both teams are so open the way that they've set up. Just it's great, and the Thistle are really going to need to have a right good goal. This could be a really interesting last 25 minutes here.
I'm just praying there's a goal in this game.
I'd love 4 each for penalties, but for night out purposes, for myself and Declan, please don't finish 4 each. Saying that, your game looks destined for penalties, mate. He's a 1-0 settler, please.
Annan should be 1-0 up with that. I can't go over that chance.
Was it? I'm trying to imagine the chance. Was it what Morelos' header when Craig Gordon stuck a leg out? Remember the 0-0 game?
Just crossed the ball in. Defenders rose to go and head it, and he's missed it. And then the boys just must have seen it late, but got a head on it at the same time. It's just like went where the keeper wants it. I think they've got another corner here, though, Annan.
Apologies about that, guys.
No problem. So it was Io Obalai that doubled Livingston's lead at Brecon at the Hedge as well. So currently the scores are in the League Cup. We have Airdrie 0, Annan 0, Albion Rovers 0, Ayr 0, Brecon 0, Livingston 2, Cove Rangers 0, Stirling 2, surprise there. Cowdenbeath 0, Wraith Rovers 1 in the Fife Derby. East Kilbride 0, Kilmarnock 2, Elgin City 0, Arbroath 0, Montrose 2, Brora 0.
So that's a pen. You gave it.
A penalty to who?
Annan.
A penalty to Annan?
What a bit of play that was a great bit of play. He was down kind of the flank and kind of running towards like the line before it goes out for a goal kick, and obviously the Airdrie defender, whoever it was, is trying to like shoulder him out, and he's managed to worm his way around, get a touch, take into the box, and someone's just, I think Wardrobe might have been involved in that actually, but it's a penalty. See if he misses this, man. I've never wanted an Annan to score a penalty as much in my life.
Neither have I. Hurry up. Score.
Annan's number 7 that's hitting it. Steps up. Oh, what a penalty. Right down the middle, but so high. And keeper goes to his left. What a penalty. 1-0 Annan.
Is that like your ones the other day, mate?
No, his was like right just under the bar. Keeper dived the other way.
That last one, I had that nearly skied. So you shut your eye. For context, everybody else, Declan and I were doing training the other day at Glasgow Green, had a kick of it, and we're practicing penalties.
No, anyone gives a fuck.
Declan's penalty conversion was nothing short of spectacular.
So Annan Athletic joining the plethora of away teams that are winning this afternoon.
Great penalty, man.
We've only got one home team that's winning at the moment.
Jesus Christ.
Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Cove Rangers have pulled one back.
Aye,
Still one
I
there.
was going to say.
Who are they playing?
Sterling.
Stirling.
Not bad.
Thistle Corner as they nearly get their third. Oh, Jesus Christ, this game's mental. This has been great. By the way, getting the 12 quid's worth out of this, by the way.
I'm glad.
Airdrie have made 2 changes, although I've probably missed one at half time, but they've took Allen off for Kuda Asa, and Easton off for McDonald. So they've realised that they need to get their act together.
Yeah.
Because this is probably, they see it as a winnable game. And to be fair, they grew into the game just before half time, so they've had their chances as well in the second half, but Annan have had their fair share as well, and they missed that sitter, so they probably deserve to go in front.
Well, there's the fact that an impact change was basically for Thistle because Zach Rudden, who actually replaced Scott Tiffany on 56 minutes, actually came on and scored Thistle's second, so he had a good impact. It looks as if Dunfermline are going to make a change here as well.
Just butting in, it was Fraser Fivey with the goal for Cove Rangers.
Still kicking a ball.
He's still kicking a ball.
I thought he was actually better than that level, I think, when he first went there. Was it last season? Or?
A lot of players are better than that level. I mean, the likes of Ian Vigurs plays for Cove Rangers now.
Aye. After 71 minutes, we see a Paz substitution. We've got Nikolai Todorov making way, somewhat of a hero with 2 goals today, making way for Dan. Oh, I couldn't say this before the game. Dan Pybus, we call him Dan Pybus.
Pybus.
I don't think Pybus is right, so I'll try Pybus.
Pubis. What is No, I think. What was I going to say there? Fuck.
Good one from Montgomery.
Reminds me of blank. The talking about players at the kind of lower level, like Erskine. Chris Erskine was playing for East Kilbride last season. I think he did muster, went and had half a good. I think him and Kel Hutton went and had like half a season where they played well and they went straight. Like I think Hutton went to Cowden Beef. He's at now, and Erskine, I'm sure. I think Erskine actually went to Eldridge. I don't know if he's still here, but obviously just teams like that where putting a bit of money. Obviously the club, like if some inside sources said that obviously they've been piling a bit of money into the top players to kind of come and.
The likes of Callum Higginbotham playing for Kelty.
Update for Hearts game. We've got a new club. Jordan Roberts is making his first game for Hearts after being injured during Motherwell St Mirren clash last season, and he's replacing Mackay Stevens.
Mackay Stevens was a good signing, to be honest.
Aye.
He might carry Hearts into the top 6.
He could.
Jordan Roberts is a great player as
Depends
well.
what Mackay Stevens turns up.
Slate at him at first, but he's turned out to be exceptional in that Motherwell jersey.
Oh, it's a great ball in the box by Annan again, and the striker has just got his head on it. Couldn't get enough power behind it to put it in the back of the net. Airdrie are kind of obviously realising they need to step out now, and Annan have kind of got them in the break a few times.
Bristol are doing the exact same. Just now, mate, they are going to make a change as soon as the gate shooting Bobby Madden allows them to do that, and Stuart Bannigan is making way for Ross McIver. He's
not playing.
No. I had a look at the team sheet and he wasn't there.
No, he's not there.
Ross McIver could be a good addition for Thistle this season.
On their Twitter, Stuart Bannigan Stuart Bannigan off for Ross McIver.
He's still playing for Thistle, man.
Ross McIver on number 19.
Wardrop on the attack down the right flank for Airdrie. Goes to the byline nearly. Oh, what a ball into the back post, and it's cleared out for a corner by Annan.
Don't know if this will be interesting to any of the viewers, but Ashley Barty has now Wimbledon's ladies final. If anyone's interested in Wimbledon, that's the latest.
Ladies number one, world number one.
Must
Did
be.
did she win it in straight sets?
I don't know. I just seen the headline come up. It said that she'd won it.
I'm gonna have a look now.
Hold on. World number one, Ashley Barty beats Karolina Pliskova 6-3, 6-7, 6-3, win her first Wimbledon singles title. Good for her.
Well done.
There we go. So, still no scores yet in the last couple of minutes. It's been a bit dry. But we've had a bit more goals this half. So that's always good to see.
I'm hoping that hope that Thistle are going to really come out. So they're going to really come out and have a go in the last 15 minutes. So we could potentially see more goals here at Firhill. It's been one of the games where it's just been a goal fest, goals galore. 6 goals I've had so far. But with Thistle coming out, could leave more gaps for Dunfermline to exploit in a potential counter-attack and look to increase their advantage, a very healthy advantage going into the last 15 minutes at Firhill.
Cousin of mine.
Quick throw-in taken by Eldry and it's Wardrop with a swing the ball in it, poor, well blocked from the hand defender.
Mm-hmm.
This could maybe potentially be a chance for Hearts, maybe. It's a bit hard to tell. It's kind of just a clash of bodies now, but I don't think it's going to come to anything.
Long throw into the box. Oh, cleared by Anna again.
I'm going to find this one out here. Everyone, has anyone else find that their hay fever's been increased by 30% this year?
Aye.
This year, man.
No.
Yep. I get fucked with it so bad.
I had to move areas to charge the laptop, and I had the window open for not even 10 minutes, and I could already feel my nose running quicker than Mo Farah.
I can actually hear it. Actually, need you know that?
They can.
Just a wee bit. Yeah, they get an
man.
Neck and antihistamine.
Oh, mate, I'm on the highest dosage you can get. There's absolutely nothing.
Send them my way, man.
I think
I've got bad allergies with dogs as well.
30 milligram ones to top up to 180, because if you take any more than 180 a day, you could get hospitalised apparently. But I don't know how to do that.
What an effort!
Love it.
Back to post.
I'm ready to go blow my nose. I'm doing this off camera. That's too mine.
Wow. Great passage of play from Celtic there as well. And Mikey Johnson finds space in the box.
Well played,
he tries to do a Ryan Christie on the opposite side with his right foot, and he's very, very unlucky to see it crack off the upright. Keeper stranded with no chance, but still 2-0 at Dragon Park as we go into the last 15 minutes there as well.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Joseph Coyle says he went to London and got 11 vinyls, 3 metal signs and a wave ring. Did you contract COVID as well?
Apologies, the mic's going on mute now. The Doug cam's done.
No problem.
The horny dog.
Horny dog. Lewis said, Gogby, my friend, want you to tell them what team you support. I'm not falling for that joke.
It wouldn't be as effective, but in the him replying that in the comments.
No, I know. No.
I'm back. Happy days. Do nothing.
That is a cracking joke, but it never fails to make me laugh. See when I see it on Twitter, and it's just some random guy thinking he's buzzing, getting in first to tell them who's playing. He's like Motherwell, and then just get pure found out.
Jenna, do you ever get that? Do people ask you what team you support?
Luckily, no. I don't think my Twitter account's popular enough for that yet. Maybe if my old account didn't get terminated, I probably would have started getting it. But
she's fine, thanks.
Meg Scott.
She's fine, thanks.
First time I seen it was funny, but see now it's just
nice finish for the boy, but Bain comes out, spreads himself, and he just gets megged. 2-1.
2-1. Charlton pull one back.
Yep. Scott Bain comes out, tries to spread himself, ball in behind. A defence that won't be our starting defence this season.
Oh,
Starting centre back pairing, but
Bordham's got a whack in the face.
We lose the ball in midfield needlessly. The ball's played through into the inside left channel, and it's actually a nice finish. Bain does come out and spread himself, but yep, 2-1.
Wardrobe got a wee whap there.
Got a whack in the face, and he's already had surgery like the end of last season. He missed the end of last season. Brian Graham elbowed him in the eye, and he had to get his eye like basically pushed up, like reconstructed. It wasn't like pure his eye was like fully down. It was just like whatever thing in here keeps it like your eye in place. Had to get that like extra like surgery on it.
That sounds like a sore one.
It does, doesn't it?
He was out for
I
a
can
while.
actually feel that like, in the corner of my eye. It's giving me the heebies.
Aye.
Arbroath have taken the lead at Elgin City.
One a dick.
Fuck's sake, no bother, pal. Guys,
Is that what you see?
See that, mate? I didn't see that.
tried a 30-yard thing, and he just basically looked as if he could get a game at Murrayfield with that.
See that Rangers fan in Amsterdam when they were over there? Was it Amsterdam they were in? I think they were like staying in Amsterdam. And the journalist guy or whatever was like, "You like Dick?" Like talking about Dick Advocate, and he was like, see what you're doing.
Dick, do you want to see a dick pic?
What?
What?
That's the best dick pic I've ever seen, mate. The only one I know. No, in fact, I've actually seen Paul the Tims, not by choice, but there you go.
That's me.
Oh God. Do you even want to know the story behind that?
Delete that tweet,
I
please.
don't know. Delete tweet, I go to police. Sorry, Paul. Yeah, don't have a problem, mate.
So far, we only have one game that is being drawn at the moment. That's Albion Rovers against Ayr United.
Airdrie get 10 minutes to get their fingers at their arses.
Do any of you guys think your games are going to go extra time?
This could. If Airdrie get an equaliser, wow.
No, it only goes to penalties.
Straight to penalties,
It
not
goes to pens, aye. It goes
Straight
to
to
pens.
pens.
aye. There's no extra time. Straight
Well,
to
the
penalties.
God, I always find that better. It's more fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
The Copa America's like that has been like that as well.
It's a good ball over the top.
Who are we putting more predictions on the night for the Copa America? Seems like the only sort of the other big final of the weekend that nobody's really talked about.
Argentina probably.
I'm
It's written
going
in
for
the stars for
Argentina as
Messi.
Oh, I thought Argentina and Brazil just got knocked out early in the Euros, so they played against each other in the third place.
Thank you.
I'm going for Argentina as well. Argentina have played
Oh, what an attempt!
the tournament than they have in recent years. And sorry, Gemma.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. Absolutely brilliant header into the box there. Just bounced after crossbar. That was splendid. I genuinely thought that was going to go in there.
The third and fourth place playoff in the Copa America was won by the Colombia this morning. 3-2 victory over Peru with a last-minute winner for the Colombians.
Super.
Morelos not playing for them in international duty. Back at Rangers.
Morelos actually, for the first time in the whole tournament, made the bench. He was not included. In the game at all. But so he's basically went there and acted as a ball boy for a month.
At least he gets some of the moves.
Well, he probably
Gets some of the wee Rangers dungeon it's locked in to keep his eyes on it.
He's probably said to himself, but if you're him, you're saying to yourself, I'd rather be away. I'd rather be back. Maybe try to get fit, get into pre-season, get ready to start for the Champions League qualifiers as opposed to going and sit. I know it's a good experience being away with your national team. I don't know. Probably saying that you could say the same for some of the Scotland players. Campbell never got again.
Is he going to leave? But
Coby is an equalised.
He don't even make the bench.
No.
The box and Bobby Madden has ruled handball, which actually handball in favour of the defender, not in favour of the attacker, not a penalty. They had a chance in the box. Boys brought it down with his arm. It was handball.
Wow.
No doubt about that.
To be fair, like Graham just said, Brazil won, Argentina now. I think like if they are to, like Brazil have been doing well at just kind of scoring and then not really going for the kill.
Aye, they were the other night after Paqueta scored. They were basically, you were right.
Just
they were a bit
stopped.
I
So they might do the same. I don't know.
I actually felt sorry for Peru the other night. I thought that they actually played really, really well against Brazil, and they just couldn't get, because they fashioned. Henderson had a couple of decent saves as well. One particularly really good save as well, about 60 minutes, and I thought that they were very unlucky not to fashion, not to manage to get themselves back into the game, especially as it went on. It went on the end. I agree with you. I think it's written for Messi to win it tonight, and I really hope he does, because he deserves it.
He wins a Ballon d'Or if he wins the night, doesn't he? Basically, pretty much.
Aye, that should be number 7 for him.
Must say this is less exciting than Messi getting the Ballon d'Or, but double change for Hearts there. We've got Henderson and Halliday coming on for Cochrane and Boyce.
Are we 5 minutes with Halliday on ferry action?
No.
In the last
The open goal
7
down.
minutes, if that, but
Is Sai still on the pitch?
good question. I do not know. I'll check. Sammy, you can't even see badge numbers or names on the back of your t-shirt. So need to check Peter's head.
No,
Hold on, Jack.
I don't envy you watching a Peterhead stream against.
Yeah, the camera angles are a bit short. This.
What I will say, but it's fair play to all these clubs that have made an effort to get streaming services up,
I know.
so that the fans can actually see it. All jokes aside, fair play to every single club for doing that, and making sure
Probably a
that
must
fans can access the games.
Yeah, I think Cy Ferry's still playing.
Oh, what touch
I
from
think
Edward.
he's usually number 6.
Aye, Cy Ferry's still on. I've just checked Peterhead's Twitter feed. They've not said that he's came off yet, so you only assume he must still be on it, or that they've just not updated if he's came off.
This'll need to up the up. That's better. Now they're kind of spending a wee bit of time passing it. Oh, the back's it. Oh, that should.
See, if you're at this point, you just want the game to be over.
I want this game to be over, so I don't need to
Wow.
risk it. I think, like, I've got a bad feeling LG might score and this goes to pens.
It'll be Sam Wardrop that scores.
I know.
What minute did Lukas Jukovic score in Gogsy?
93rd, I think.
93rd or 94th, wasn't it? I'm trying to imagine Thistle scoring in the next 2 minutes and then a Jukovic like wonder goal to take us to penalties here. But as I say that, here comes Dunfermline. 2v1 in defence. Where's it? He's offside. He's offside. Dunfermline basically clean through and goal.
I mean, last season when you were playing Morton and you thought you had it won in extra time and then they scored like right at the final, like whistle.
That was awful, mate. That was genuinely awful. That whole game was awful.
It's just good to see the season starting again, but regardless of our teams, obviously you guys are Wednesday, but obviously for me and for myself and Declan that we have been only watching pre-season friendlies now, and Champions League will be in the corner for us soon. But it's just good to have
When is the new start? Is it Tuesday?
The 20th is our first game. So a week on Tuesday.
A week on Tuesday.
Aye, against Midland.
When you get our arses felt.
Fucking hope not.
At least it's a double leg game, so.
Well, hopefully
with away goals taken away as well.
That could help us because that's always hindered us.
Aye, that's always.
We always see if we get away goal. Like at Copenhagen, we got an away goal and we thought, right, done the right thing here. We done the good hard part, and then we got to home and we got pumped.
We should have beat them over there as well. Callum McGregor's. Oh, I do want to think about that again.
Joseph Coyle says, any cup memories that you're fond of? Let's just out the Celtic fans here.
No.
A few to pick for.
Tom Rogic.
Aye.
Tears.
Oh, what a save, Ben. What a save that is. Boy from Charlton nearly got an equaliser there. The boy, the same Washington, the same boy that scored the first goal, inside the box, cuts onto his right foot. He's trying to find the top corner, very similar to Michael Johnson's chance, and Baines just flung a glove up. Great save. Corner kicks like the one in Wales.
Annan picking up some good fouls. Annan kind of managing this game well. They've defended well since they've scored. Hopefully it
Hearts are
stays this way.
determined to get his third goal.
Exactly the same for Dunfermline here. They've been really, really good in the way they've soaked up anything coming forward from Thistle, and they're just really seeing the game out now. As with only a minute left on the clock, there is
My
no.
AirPods always nearly die in a minute.
Mine's died halfway through the first half.
Also, the Brewers have just made it 3-0 against Brewer Rangers.
So I thought to answer your question, apart from the Tom Rogic one as well, I'm actually going to go back to when I was younger. It's one of the very first games I can remember mostly, and it's actually because my grand died. Not and it was actually when the CIS Cup final used to be a lot earlier in the season. It was John Poole, Perry O'Doonby, Declan. Remember that one?
I remember 1-0.
1-0 scupper.
Was that the game against Dunfermline?
Hamden, that.
Was it extra time or just before full time?
I think it was just before full time, wasn't it? Because we were attacked. It was weird. It was scored into the other end as well. We usually obviously attack the end that we sit at when we played Hamden. It was actually at the other end, which was weird.
You guys remember your first ever game?
My
Not
dad
really specifically my first, but I remember games when I was younger.
Yes.
Remember
with bitter memories, I do. Yes.
One of the best.
Oh, it's a good ball across the box into Annan.
As a younger player, when I was younger, one of the best memories actually was the Champions League Nakamura free kick that night. That was outstanding, that game.
I can't remember the score or anything of the play, but I can remember my first ever Malone game being Stevie Hamill's testimonial against Chelsea, and Faddy was still playing.
No, it was Everton, was it not?
Was Everton Chelsea? See what I mean? I can't remember all the details of it. But
Nicky Law scored for us, and Marouane Fellaini played against us.
I was 9 or 10 when I went. It was my first ever well game. Sitting there, my uncle got me happy as Larry just to be at the football. No understand a single bit of what was happening, just happy to be included.
Using the well boys, eh?
No. Philadelphia loyal.
No, I'm just in the East Stand.
See, when you were down in Sunderland, were you still coming back up for games?
I'm still coming back up for the Motherwell games.
Every week?
Yeah.
It's one each.
Oh no way!
Oh no! Oh, what did you say? What did you say?
90 minutes. What did I tell you?
Mate.
The ball got hooked into the box, and it's just kind of like deflected down, and number 15 hit it in the half volley. In the back net. I originally thought the ref gave it a foul for Annan because it looked like the defender was like fouled, so he couldn't clear it. It just dropped, but he's let it go. It's one each.
Which I'm now going to turn round to you, Dec, and you, Goggsy, and say, is there a way that Declan can share his screen share like Zoom?
No, because
we'll be fine.
Copyright. We don't have the rights to any footage.
That's full time at Firhill, 4-2 to Dunfermline. What a game that was.
I knew that was going to happen.
That's full time at Hearts as well. 2 each is finished, clean sheet, and 3 points for the jump. I think they've had a great game today.
Yeah, fair game.
I'm lucky for some.
Firhill for Quills for Mark, and blossoming Bilmoor experience for Jenna, whereas
yes,
astonishingly
it was McDonald to the equaliser.
Full time in Wales as Wales as well. Celtic 2, Charlton 1. And another good pre-season victory for Ange Postecoglou.
Airdrie on the attack here. No, it's been cut out. Oh, they won it back. Nah, ref's going to blow. No, is he? I honestly can't believe it.
I've just seen all the replays of all the goals again. I'm looking forward to seeing this Todolov's second goal, the one that the stream robbed me of. Here it comes. Some ball foot. Oh, behave. I might get goal around. That's a great finish. The keeper's run out. He's just dinked him. It was bouncing as well, and he's just kind of like... It was like hitting like a sort of half volley sort of chip, if I can describe it. You'll see it.
Sure. Annan guys try to lob the Airdrie keeper from his own half, but
We can't help Patrick.
Full time.
It's also finished.
Penalties.
Finished at breaking.
What time, Jane? How long a break is it in between full time and penalties?
It's usually about a 2 or 3 minute break.
That's all right.
Leave it at 45 minutes. When's the table?
He's all right. 6:30, isn't it?
Oh, you've got plenty of things. But you're not.
When you get to train. But we're all right.
No, I think we should get a taxi.
Do you think so?
It's just more convenient.
I don't even know where that is, mate.
Billy Mimets commented saying,
let's not tell anyone so we don't get it.
Oh, I know, I'm not on it.
No, we're no supporting England tomorrow, Billy.
No, nobody's supporting England tomorrow. Is that not? I'm going to block that comment. I don't want to say that.
Anyone but.
Exactly.
Stirling Albion have scored in the last minute to make it 3-2 against Cove Rangers.
Now that would have been a good game.
Oh, that's a massive result for Stirling if they want to get through.
This will be a missed opportunity for Airdrie, man. Can he?
Yeah.
Take
Must
advantage.
it's quite surreal when you see people you went to school with playing with like Airdrie and Hamlin Ackies.
Just seen the Motherwell score.
Aye, well, we went to school. Wait, no way, but Nisbet was older, wasn't he? A few years older. Was he a year older too?
Aye, Motherwell lost against Millwall friendly, but I do not care. It's a friendly.
One of my high school's greatest products was Tam Cowan, and make it that whatever you want.
the odd couple of BBC Radio Scotland. Fantastic, him and Stuart Cosgrove.
Oh.
I mean, actually one of the best open goal interviews. They were good. They actually were the ones that really outsmarted Cy with the patter. They were because they're too quick. They've been doing it for years. If anybody actually listens to it, it's fucking brilliant.
They're like, do you know what they mind me of in a way? Maybe not as funny depending who you talk to, but they kind of remind me as close as we're going to get to real life Jack and Victor.
Well,
same dynamic though, innit?
Come on, give these pens, man.
So
too much.
I'm just seeing that.
The full
too much fanning about.
Around the grounds are Airdrie 1 and 1 going to penalties very soon. So is Albion Rovers against Ayr United. We've heard nothing from that game all day. Finished 0-0.
I want to get on the illegal streams here and see if we can. I'm only kidding on.
Nah, no.
Before
we do not endorse stealing of streams.
Yes,
however, I heard
they've all been paid. Everyone has actually paid for their own stream today to watch.
Yes, we can confirm.
We can confirm that.
No Holly
The bank have got Taylor donated the passes today, and Pierre Gordon is now filing for bankruptcy tomorrow.
Goggsy funding Airdrie FC. Love to see it.
Patrick, they'll be thanking you. Them Fairman will be thanking you, Goggsy.
First penalty's up.
Oh, go on.
For Airdrie.
Oh.
Goal.
Excellent decision, Johnny. Excellent decision.
Put it to the keeper's left, and the keeper sent him the wrong way. It's a good penalty, that. I think it was Matthew McDonald that scored the first penalty for them.
Somebody else went to school with now, even more surreal.
Well, I went to school with Louis Appery, who plays for Dundee United.
Goal, one each.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'd Nisbet our school, didn't we, as you said?
Mm-hmm.
He's actually, I mean,
I'm sure seeing Decky Gallagher's Wikipedia, it said he went to Trinity. He said it went to your school, but I don't know if he did.
I think he said something.
One of my wee sister's best pals is his cousin.
Oh, wow.
Airdrie up for their second penalty to make it 2-1.
Isn't he from Bellshill or Blantyre?
Is he Blantyre?
Blantyre.
Oh, good goal.
Lanarkshire boy.
Keeper went the right way, but couldn't get a hand to that. Too much power. 2-1 Airdrie on pens.
Referee's watching if the keeper's feet at least 1 foot on the line. Linesman will be right behind the goal watching that.
God, this big Annan guy looks dodgy.
There's
that big lump of wood. He's taking a long walk run up.
That's got to be whacked in the middle, innit?
Oh, it's a good penalty. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Went to the
Yeah.
keeper's left. Keeper went to his right.
Cammy Kerr went to Joseph Coyle's high school.
That's a good one to put out to the comments. Actually, has MD had any current or even maybe in the past as well? Do they know of players that went to the school that they went to or are current at?
Andy Walker went to your school.
Scotland nationalists.
Did Simon Conley not go to your school? No.
3-2. Yeah,
He's
that was a good penalty. There's been, I tell you what, for the how shite the game's been, the penalties have been to a high standard. 3-2.
Want to go to like 15 each in penalties?
Love that.
Please don't.
Right.
That was just
I'm getting riled up there.
It's a Holly dog bag. Oh, 3 each. Keeper goes the right way, nearly gets a hand to it, too far in the corner.
I've just realised the Motherwell team for the day were playing in 2 seasons ago as a away kit.
Really?
Oh, I don't know where the shorts are from.
It'll be this season's shorts, but
I'm
like
not sure if they are.
Make it 4-3.
There's Tony Watt.
Oh, keeper saved it. Erdrev missed first.
Oh,
that was a poor penalty.
And then there's the shorts that I think might be McGinley. I'm not sure. I can't tell if these are this season's or not.
That'll be this season's.
Cammy Kerr went to his house. Brian Prunty went to Airdrie Academy. I was at school with Mark Burchell. Says Stephen Coltart.
Maybe that might show the age.
I didn't get a chance to go in front.
Can we all agree that we're just going to leech off our old former classmates' fame, aye?
Who's how many
4-3
people?
Annan.
How many people have we got watching Gogs out of the interest?
17 at the moment.
That's good. That's all right.
Yeah.
17's better than 0. That's the way you look at it, isn't it?
Well, a good one if we were just on a basic version.
Erdrev,
Oh my god, imagine that. It's just this whole
Erdrev need to score.
watching, we're just sitting there cracking jokes, thinking that we're pundit extraordinaires.
Erdrev need to score this or they're out. Oh, what a pen. I thought he was missing that. He took a run up when he stuttered and he hit it high and it went to the roof of the net. Good pen, to be honest. But
It's actually a good way to do this in the cup sections because obviously if you lose on penalties, you're obviously still in the cup, but you don't. If you win, you still get points for winning, which is good. That's quite a good idea.
I think it's good because it adds a wee bit of spice to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thank fuck it doesn't go extra time, by the way. Had we here all night.
We'd been
Annan's hitting up the penalty. Goal.
You said they're having to bring the laptop with him to the pub.
And an Athletic have won on penalties.
Nah, I'm sure. I have. Yep, 5-4. Annan are through on pence.
Ooh.
The Diamonds are out.
They're
just on 0 points in the group.
It looks like Albion Rovers have beaten Ayr United on penalties as well.
There's always kind of upsets in there.
So we upset there as well. Oh, bless you, Jenna.
Thank you. See, fever is a bitch and the plants are out to get me.
The full-time
Do you know
result.
what? I'm going to say that. Sorry, on you go.
Sorry. What were you going to say? I'm going to quickly run through the results before we...
I was just going to say probably on the basis of that game, Annan deserved it, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Erdrev grew into the game towards the end of the first half and had a few chances, but I'd say the 2 best chances of the game went to Annan, which they should have scored and had the game done. They took the lead 1-0 and then they conceded a stupid goal towards the end and then probably won in penalties, which is rightfully deserved. So, 5-4 Annan on pens against Erdrev.
Fantastic. So the full-time results across Scotland this afternoon. Airdrie Unions 1, Annan Athletic 1. Annan won 5-4 on penalties. Albion Rovers 0, Ayr United 0. Albion won 4-2 on penalties. Brecon City 0, Livingston 3. Cove Rangers 2, Stirling 3 in a 5-goal thriller. Raith Rovers got the spoil in the Fife Derby at Central Park in a 1-0 win. Kilmarnock won 2-0 at East Kilbride. Arbroath made the 100-mile trip to Elgin worthwhile in a 1-0 win. Forfar Athletic were awarded a 3-0 win against Ross County. Montrose 3, Brora 0. Partick Thistle 2, Dunfermline 4. Peterhead 0. Hearts 2, and Queen of the South 0, Queen's Park 1. Of course, every time they have played each other, the away teams won since 2000. So thank you very much to my panel of Mark, Dec, and Jenna for coming on today. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, everyone in the chat as well. We'll be back very soon, either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll decide later on if we're going to do the Tuesday games. But Mother will play it on Wednesday night, so I'll definitely be going live then. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for coming on. And yeah, thanks to Mark.
Thanks very much, mate. Cheers.
Declan.
Cheers.
And Jenna.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, everyone, and drive safely.
And Bella ciao.